Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the first ever episode 18 of Attractions Magazine Expansion Drive podcast, your weekly source for all the nerd news of the week, video games, theme parks, comics, movies, TV, music, maybe a little wrestling. We're going to be talking about it all. As always, I'm your host, Mike Harrigan, with my friend to the left, America's favorite worst producer ever, Didi.
Hey, I got the power.
Sorry, that was before the podcast actually started. Sing a little Power Ranger soundtrack action going on.
Yes, it's getting kind of heavy.
I never understood what he actually said, so I was just like, he's good.
I was like, thank you for clearing that up, Didi. Yeah.
I'm
That's
the worst.
what he said.
I'm the worst with lyrics.
Same here. I never pay attention to lyrics.
Oh, before we move on to talking about more lyrics, in the ever rotating third chair, Miss Tori Fox.
Hello.
Yay,
Thank
welcome
you.
back.
Happy to be here. Missed
Welcome
you
back.
guys.
Lyrics. I'm the worst with it. It's absolutely the worst. I think I talked about it before, where Trinity, my oldest, like she could hear a song from back when I was a kid, and she'll know the lyrics like every single word. And I've heard it since I was 2, and so I have no idea what he's saying whatsoever. It's the worst. It really is the worst. As always, we are brought to you by MEITravel.com, MouseFanTravel.com, and UniversalFanTravel.com. Your source for everything that is cruises, Disney,
Get hype.
and Universal.
Oh,
They can help you out with maybe some gratuity packages.
prepaid gratuity.
Super
Guys.
excited about that.
Bro, I'm saying like
Yeah, I was having a bad day at work today, and I think I really want this Get Hype cruise to happen. We got to
The
figure
bro
this out.
cruise?
Yeah,
Get Hype.
we decided it's not going to be bro cruise
I
anymore.
was gonna say, I heard
Every-
Brittany say that there's a girl cruise now too, with
what-
me, her, and Fraka.
No, it's just going to be
So-
a Get Hype cruise. Everybody's
Okay.
welcome
all
to join.
inclusive Get Hype
Yes,
cruise. Got
That's
it.
right.
exactly,
Sweet.
exactly.
get hype.
Not only can they help you out with cruises, but they of course can help you out with Disney, whether it be the dining plan, resorts, tickets, even that Adventures by Disney. They can send you all over the world, and of course with Universal as well, whether it be the hotels in the area, the food package, which is amazing. I just recently used that a couple weeks ago, and that's actually a really good deal, and of course tickets. So again, if you want to check them out for a free quote,
Free.
it's MEITravel.com, MouseFanTravel.com, and UniversalFanTravel.com. And thanks as always for sponsoring the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
If you want to pick up some merch for Expansion Drive, maybe Daycation Kingdom, maybe some Blue Sky Beauty, go to attractionsmagazine.com, click on the shop, and I think there's a link on there for t-shirts, and you can get some t-shirts, of course. You can get some mugs. You can get a baby onesie like Brittany was talking about last week, some
Yes.
stickers, all kinds of shenanigans on there. This week, we're going to be starting up a lot of the Twitch stuff with Expansion Drive. Destiny 2 comes out this week. Holy shnikes. We're going to be streaming the crap out of this game. Yeah. So I've been crazy busy lately, so I haven't been able to do anything. Didi, you've been busy as heck. No Twitch lately, but it's going to be happening starting probably, today, sort of, that you're watching this on Wednesday, and +2 -5 carry the 9. Yeah, today. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be today. Right?
Today.
Yeah, Destiny 2. We're really excited. We'll be talking more about that later. Right about now, we get into what's going on. So, Miss Tori Fox, we didn't talk to you last week. So, what's going on?
What's been going on? Oh, so much stuff. Honestly, we went down to West Palm Beach again. That was a good time.
Was it a train ride again?
Fun. It was a train ride. Wasn't as bad.
Okay.
Although there were some very interesting people. Like, I came into contact with like all the interesting people when I got on the train. Like,
Is it like the Polk County, type people, or is it just eccentric,
yeah, just
caricatures?
very like eccentric and just like oversharing. And I'm like, oh, great. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to read my book.
You know
like,
that
that's all I
bathroom
want.
over there? Me and my husband, we went over here. Oh, no, yes,
Yeah,
no.
please no. Yeah, so did that. Working on more Blue Sky Beauty
I
stuff
saw you did some
every other week
Michael Jackson.
on the Attractions
EO.
YouTube
Yeah.
channel. Yes, I did Captain EO this past week, so check that out.
You're here to save the world.
I was here to save the world. Still am. And then I'm working on Halloween costumes because my family and I are going on Thursday to Not So Scary, and they finally agreed to a group costume.
I thought your mom was getting rid of the tickets. You guys are still going?
She was getting rid of. So what happened is I wasn't even gonna go,
Oh,
but my
okay.
cousin was supposed to come down, but they're not coming down anymore.
Okay. was because I thought you said you're going, and then I saw your mom was getting rid of them. I'm like, oh no,
yeah,
what
she was just
happened?
getting rid of. I think there's like only like 2 that we're not.
Yeah,
using.
I think that's what she said on
so
there.
yeah, so I'm making us costumes, so that'll be fun.
That's cool. Yeah, we went Friday. Got rained out, but yeah,
Oh,
Really?
yeah, it was bad. I was gonna talk about it, but since you're already talking about Not So Scary,
Yeah.
we got there early. We got to see Cruella de Vil. That was the first one that we saw. We did some of the trick or treating, and yeah, it got bad fast. Where it just started pouring out of nowhere, and it did not let up. Like a lot of the characters just went inside, and you couldn't get pictures with them.
Oh, that's
yeah.
so
So I
sad.
think the only other picture that we ever get done was Lotso. I didn't even see Jack and Sally. Where do they normally go?
So I haven't been there this year, so I don't know fully. I'm kind of out of the loop this year on that. But they typically, for I think the past 2 years, they've met at that gazebo where Tiana used to meet, near Liberty Square.
Maybe that's why I didn't see them. But yeah, that whole area was closed off, so they definitely weren't out.
Wow.
Yeah, there was like
Well,
nobody
there were
outside.
some instances like it wouldn't be if it was pouring. That's probably different. But if it was just kind of lightly raining, they
Yeah,
would
no.
kind of just like rush them underneath the gazebo, and it'd be okay.
It would go from pouring down rain to like a constant like drizzle, and it was just too much. Like I think the parade was even like 45 minutes late,
Such a bummer.
and then the fireworks ended up being late. We were gonna stay, but we were just exhausted because of the rain, and we were soaked. And we wanted to see if they were going to do the Hocus Pocus show, and they told us they probably weren't going to. Come to find out, they did the midnight show. So it sucks that we didn't get to see it, but it was still cool. The really coolest part about it, you don't know who they are, but
I saw you post about it though. I'm super excited.
yeah,
for you.
we saw WWE superstar Kevin Owens next to us while we're waiting to see the fireworks up on top of the train station. It was funny because like the kids going up to the front rail. I'm like, Gavin, look who that is, and Gavin's like, oh, that's Kevin Owens. can I say hi? I'm like, yeah, buddy, you can try and say hi. I mean, he's with his family, so he may not see you or whatever. So he hung out to the side, and he didn't see him at first. But we waited till after the fireworks were done. He's like, Daddy, can I wait and see if he sees me? I'm like, yeah, buddy, that's fine. So we waited, and Kevin, of course, was with his family. And he just walked by. He didn't stop and say anything. He just like, hey guys, how you doing? And walked off. But that meant the world to my kids, and I was super appreciative of that. I told him on Twitter, and he liked it. It was cool of him to actually just say hi to the kids. That meant a
that's all I
lot.
want.
So anything else going on besides Halloween and everything? No.
Not really.
No?
I mean, hey, I'm gonna do some shameless plugging right now. So
Yeah.
I am a special effects makeup artist. On the side, I do.
Turn that watch
beauty-
off.
Wow.
No ESPN
Wow.
notification.
I do.
Jay Cutler going back to the Bears.
Oh my gosh.
Will you stop that?
Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. I do beauty makeup as well, dabble in body painting. So if you need anything for this Halloween
Just body painting?
season, oh my god.
Can I be
If you need anything for this Halloween season,
can I be
please
Honda?
contact me, victoriatfox@gmail.com.
Victoria
There you go.
T Fox at gmail.com.
Or you could DM me on Instagram or Twitter.
Slide into them
whichever you-
DMs.
Yeah, slide on into those DMs, please. Yes.
That's really cool. I think I was even talking to you about possibly doing something last week or whatever. It didn't pan out, but yeah.
Just let me know.
We have some
I
ideas.
love to do it. I have quite a bit lined up now, which I'm super excited about, but
Mhm.
there's always room for more.
I was thinking about kind of doing
So-
like the Robert Downey Jr. Deal from what was that movie he did with Jack Black and Ben Stiller?
Tropic Thunder?
Yeah, can I do the Robert Downey Jr.? No, is that okay?
What do you mean, you people?
God, it's still the funniest thing ever. I also remember that stupid kid that's hanging. And he's like stabbing him in the back of the Ben Stiller. Oh my god!
Oh my god, I am so sorry.
Man, you were like jamming
Sorry.
over there.
My laundry
Your
just finished.
laundry is done.
Wait, but so you have a timer on your phone? For
I have
laundry?
a timer for my laundry. just got done. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
But yeah, I have some ideas, Tori. I may be contacting you with
Just let me know.
Tori T Fox.
Victoria.
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 T.
Vic-
Fox.
Victoria
Or
T.
on
Fox.
Instagram at Boba Fox,
Okay.
or on Twitter at ToriFet. So
Okay.
whichever.
Maybe.
I mean, you can just text me. You
Oh,
have my
okay.
number.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
you don't
forgot.
have
I forgot.
to.
Actually, I have your
That's
number. Didi, so you had a crazy weekend.
I had
Tell
an
us all
insane
about it.
weekend.
You traveled
Went
what,
to Virginia.
12 hours?
Yeah, it was 12 hours.
I've drove that drive many a times there, my friend.
Oh, it's brutal.
Did you drive at all, or did you just sleep?
Heck no, I didn't drive at all.
What
No
are you
way.
complaining? Oh, it's brutal. Oh, I'm
No
just
way.
sleeping in the back.
I did. That's
Playing
not-
your Switch.
I didn't bring my Switch.
Oh, okay.
No, I played my DS. though. But it was fun. I went to Virginia. for
Base Center, right?
Base Center 10.
Not Base Nectar, but Base Center. I was
Base
confused
Center.
last week.
It's Base Center. Base Nectar played 3 nights. All of it was amazing. Went with some great people. Met some great people. Yeah. I just got back early this morning, so I'm really tired.
I can imagine. Well, so I texted you the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, are you gonna be able to make it?" He's like, "Yeah, maybe a little bit tired, but you know,
A little bit tired, but I'll be here.
just don't be yawning into the microphone. It'll be okay."
Oh my god.
So besides,
What?
were you just wearing a shawl, right?
Yeah.
Did I miss
it's
something?
like pretty hot in here.
Oh, okay. I didn't even notice you taking it
I
off.
just
I'm just
wanted-
like,
really? I felt like I was like really obnoxious about it too. I was
Oh,
just
were you
like,
doing, like, the
waving it
sleeve?
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have my Game of Thrones
Oh.
dress, you know.
Oh, is that what it
I'm
is? It's
themed for
Westeros?
it is Westeros.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So besides Not So Scary, Thursday we did that Beast of Blackwood haunted trail thing.
Yes. Oh,
So they kind of keep the address a secret, but it's in the Davenport area, Champions Gate area. You guys have to go do this thing. It's seriously so cool.
I want to go.
Is it
Wait, how
scary
do I
or
get
is it
there if
really
it's
cool?
a secret?
Well,
Is it like you buy your tickets
yeah,
and then they're
yeah,
like, hey.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think they do it like
So
that.
when we showed up and we were seriously in the middle of nowhere, I had no signal. Like I had to fight to actually get a 3G signal to put out on Facebook saying, "Hey,
We're here."
If we
Yeah.
die out here, someone take care of my kids." Because
I was actually confused because I know you were going and I didn't see you post anything. So I was like, is
Yeah,
he
it-
there? Like, is he okay?
So we went out and it was really cool. It was a media night, so we got a little sneak preview of everything. I think it actually starts this coming weekend.
Mhm.
And when you're there, you feel like you're in an episode of Twilight Zone or Are You Afraid of the Dark is what I even talked about on the vlog itself. You go in and you're part of a search party, quote unquote, to go look for these kids that go missing, looking for this Beast of Blackwood. And then you meet two other characters inside the woods. One that's very headstrong and wants to go find the kids. One that kind of wants to get the hell out of Dodge. And it's really cool because depending on where you are in the group, you get two different stories.
Mhm.
So when Faraka was there, she was up near the headstrong character, and she was getting her story. Where I'm in the back next to this character back here, I think his name was Alex. And he's whispering in my ears, like, "Hey, man, what's your name?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's Mike. Mike, let's just get out of here. These kids, they've been lost for weeks. I got like a 6-pack in my truck, man. Let's just get out of here."
Did
Like,
you go with him?
No, I was like, "Man, Alex, what if these kids were yours?" It's like, if my kids were missing, I'd want to go search for them. Yeah, but they're not my kids. They're not even my friends. And it's really cool the way that the improv goes with this whole story. That it is really good. And it's not gory or anything like that. It's just really spooky and creepy.
So it's very like Stranger Things-esque, right?
Yes,
That's
yes,
the
yeah.
vibe. Okay.
So it's
Um,
not scary at all.
No, it's scary. Like there's actually a couple times where I ran and I left Rocka behind me.
Oh my god.
I
So
mean-
like, is it like, are there like jump scares? Like, is it like haunted house like? Like, what is like what?
I don't want to say too much just in case you guys do decide to go. It is kind of like a jump scare-esque type deal, but it's really a storyline that you're following, and it's just creepy. Like there's one part where you're stuck in a tent and like the ranger's coming back and he's got a flashlight and all of a sudden your tent starts shaking and whatnot, and you're like, "What the heck is
They
going on?"
put you in a tent?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then there's like you hear the noises of the beast coming at you. The coolest part I thought was like as we're trying to get away from the beast, the noises that we're hearing, we see flashlights in the distance, and the main character, she's like, "Oh, get down, get down, get down, get down." And as we're like kneeling, trying to hide from these flashlights, you see that it's people like talking on walkie-talkies and like we're in quadrant 12-4E or whatever. And it's like, "Oh, this is actually pretty cool." I feel like they're searching for ET or whatever, and I feel like I'm in this
Aw.
movie. And there's a cool little twist at the end, but like I said, it's not gory, so I wouldn't even mind bringing my kids to this.
So it's just like spooky.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a really cool. Like I don't think there's anything like this. Like I haven't done like some of those. Was it the Shadows Fall or whatever it is? Like those
Yeah.
I've
those
seen
more
that,
like
yeah.
storyline oriented shows. I haven't been any of that, so I'm sure it's kind of along the same lines of that. But you're in the woods in pitch black darkness,
Are
and
you kidding?
yeah.
Oh my god.
and it was funny because like it actually rained before we got there, so everything was really wet and soggy. So like my shoes were kind of ruined, but I'm like, this is totally cool. I don't even care. Like this is awesome. It was great.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's super cool. And you said you were like texting me. They encourage you to be like 80s looking.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
On their Facebook, I think it's Make Real. I think it's their Facebook, and they encourage you to come out and you're looking very 80s. Like I was going to dress up like stereotypical like Revenge of the Nerds nerd. Do the button up shirt with the bow tie and the glasses and whatnot. But I just ended up doing it. Yeah, they encourage that. They even say that on their Facebook. I'm sure they'll say it in the emails too. Cool thing is, if you're listening to this right now and you're in the area, if you use promo code attractions when you're checking out, you'll get $5 off your tickets. So I think it's normally $35, so you'll get them for $30 or whatever. And you're out there for like an hour and a half. It's actually really cool. And you meet
like one thing a night. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
I think there's a couple different show times. Yeah,
shows.
so I think it's all in the same area, so they have to wait for that next show, to clear, or that previous show to clear out in order to go in or whatever. But there's even like this character. His name is Ranger Dave. He's the drunk ranger that you meet when you first get to the area or whatever, and he's telling you, I've seen this, crazy monster out in the woods, and yes, he actually does talk like that. Dude.
Yeah, he sounds like a kind of like almost like Lieutenant Dan. Ranger Dave,
well,
ice cream.
That's the accent that Didi gives to everybody, but yes, he actually does sound just like that. So that's the first thing I thought of, but it was really good. I really liked it. Cool. And then Sunday we went out to the safari called Safari Wilderness or Wilderness Safari out in Lakeland. This place is so cool. I don't think I've ever had so much fun with animals. You go out in the safari, and they have a bunch of stuff that you'll see at Animal Kingdom or Busch Gardens or whatever. But you get to feed some of them. So we got to feed the llamas, and then also the African water buffalo.
Oh, the water buffalo.
Well, we did the lemurs, but part of the actual tour itself, you get to feed these animals.
Oh, cool.
And that was really cool. We were out there for probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours on this huge, I think it was like 260-acre safari area, and then once we got back, we fed the lemurs, and it's cool. They give you the grapes, and they just tell you to cut them up with your finger, and you're just having your hand out with the grapes, and the lemurs are just sitting there. Actually, they're like on the video you'll see in 2 weeks on Vacation Kingdom, you'll see them like grabbing onto Fraka, like pulling her closer in order to get the grapes and whatnot. God. And they're the cutest things ever, but they're kind of frightening at the same time. Like they get kind of pissed if they're not getting a grape fast enough, and they'll jump on top of one of the others, and like, oh, this is kind of scary just a little bit, but
God.
But yeah, this it was a busy weekend for us, but it was awesome. It was really cool.
Oh yeah.
Everybody else good?
Yeah.
That's great. We all have busy weekends.
Yeah.
Let's give it up for busy weekends.
Yeah, busy weekends are awesome.
I also did Force Friday, but I'm going to talk about that later.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Force Friday.
All right, so I guess it's time to get into some news.
Man, I'm so going to get better at this. Is it playing yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, man.
It's all right, though.
There it goes.
There we go.
There it goes. That's not even the right news, is it? No. Oh, well.
Did you play the right one?
I think I did. Did I play the right one?
No, I think you played yours, but it's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. I think they get the gist of it. Well, we know that you're still kind of, tired.
The worst producer ever.
But I think we have 8 items on the list.
Not a baker's dozen.
Not a baker's dozen. Number 1, the original houses from Halloween Horror Nights were finally announced. We were talking about this last week that, hey, when the heck is this going to happen? Well, I think it happened the day that the podcast went live. So they have 4 houses that they announced. So Scarecrow with the Reaping was the first one. Set in an abandoned farmhouse in Nebraska, Scarecrow guardians have risen from the blood-soaked soil in search of revenge. They're seeking to reap their harvest, and this year's harvest could be you. This sounds familiar. Wasn't there one that was kind of like this?
Yes.
I feel like this is one of those common themes that they always end up bringing back.
What was it? It was like one with kids. Weren't you in this one? What was that one?
No, that was. You're thinking of the schoolhouse.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Then we have.
That was a good one.
This one actually sounds pretty cool. The Fallen. The age-old battle between good and evil is housed in the original concept as the Fallen fly, jump and climb up the kingdom of darkness below and wreak havoc. The house displays the battle between light and dark, beauty and decay, and is said to be full of surprises. And I'm pretty sure that this has to be in like a church-looking deal. I would probably imagine.
It sounds really cool. I'm excited to see it.
Is the Fallen supposed to be like some sort of cult,
like fallen angels, like demons and stuff?
Oh,
I hope they like recycle a lot of stuff from. Do you remember Gothic?
Yeah.
That was such
Yeah,
a
we were
good
talking
house.
about
I
that
think
last
that
week.
actually won like awards across the country. Like
Really?
that was
Hmm.
such a good house.
Yeah, we were talking about that one last week, weren't we?
We were.
I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the next one is Dead Waters. This is actually one I'm looking forward to the most. This house marks one of the first times that the scare zone has influenced a house. Halloween Horror Nights 24 saw the introduction of the Bayou Blood Scare Zone, and this year's Halloween Horror Nights marks the return of the Voodoo Queen with her own domain. But Brittany, I think you're the one who wrote this. We're going to call you out on this one. Tori says, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Whoa.
You're
You're being
wrong.
kind of mean about it, though.
But it's Brittany.
No,
We can
but-
be wrong. She
No!
said she was going to be here this week
But I
to
love
talk about Game of
Brittany.
Thrones.
Don't
Oh,
be
no, we
mean
all
about
love
her.
Brittany, but
I
she's
love
getting some
her.
crap this
Don't be
week.
mean, no.
So, you were saying before that, this was, there was another house that was
Yeah,
based.
Saws and Steam was forever ago was a scare zone, and then it became a house the following year because it was so successful.
That's cool.
So,
I didn't-
unfortunately, I thought the scare zone was better than the house.
Really? Oh, see, I really like
I like
Saws
the
and Steam.
house.
You
Yeah.
like the house?
But
Okay.
It's just like we were talking about before that, like it reminded me a lot of BioShock and being one of my favorite games ever. That's
I think
maybe
why I
that's
liked it
why
as well.
I liked
yeah.
it. So,
Mhm.
and then the
Uh,
last one. Oh, go ahead, DC. You have
Real quick, I just wonder if they're going to censor this one like they did with the scare zone.
yes, they
See,
what was it that
I
they
saw
censored?
it.
So remember when
They
they
had
did the
the sacrifice.
sacrifice?
That's right.
Like the first week or two, and then
Yeah.
all of a
They
sudden people were
stopped.
like, "I'm offended. This is terrible," and they cut it out.
See, that was
And-
honestly like that.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it was necessary, but it was like pretty impressive. Like I
It was
watched
awesome.
it,
It
and
was so good.
Yeah.
it was intense.
And then they got rid of it. and
That's
thought-
why I can't believe with the controversy that happened. I'm like really surprised that they're putting it into kind
Yeah.
of like a house.
Well, they didn't
but-
call it Charlottesville, so I think we're okay.
Oh, okay. See,
Ugh.
we're gonna be okay. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'm surprised that they actually did go back to it, but I'm really excited because I love that creepy voodoo vibe about stories like that. So that's the one I'm really most looking forward to.
It's
I'm going to kill you.
It's probably gonna be all swampy, can't see.
Was that your
It's gonna
Cajun
be-
accent?
That's
So-
my.
Oh my god.
Hey, mon ami.
Hey, mon ami, I'm going to kill you.
You just went back to like Gambit, Fox
Oh.
Kids back in the day. Is that what we tried to do?
Yeah.
Hey, Shia.
Hey, monsieur, kill you.
Oh my God.
They should just hire me to do it.
I would
all
absolutely.
the
I
voice-
want you to be Gambit. I want you to be Gambit, please.
Oh God. Channing Tatum.
We're
You're out of
coming
the
for you.
job.
I'm coming for you, Channing.
I was going to say, don't do it. Oh my God, don't do it.
Gonna be good.
Don't do it. And then the number 4 is Hive. This vampire. I'm dying right now. This vampire infested house will take guests back to the 1980s, ripping away everything that makes vampires beautiful and cool and replacing it with vicious, animalistic Nosferatu style bloodsuckers.
So another vampire house. Okay.
I'm just bummed that I thought if they were gonna pull from a scare zone, they should have done like a house for the vamp one that they had
yes,
last year.
Vamp,
That's- yeah.
1955.
Like, because I started reading it and I was like, is it gonna be vamp? Is it 55?
Yeah,
Is
1950.
it
Yeah.
is it gonna be vamp 55? Is it? And it wasn't. It's the
Oh.
80s though, so that's cool.
That scare zone was so good last year too.
It was so good.
So yeah, I think I finally decided this will be my first year in probably 5 years that I'm going to buy a ticket.
Hey,
I think I'm going to buy that Frequent Fear. What that's the one that
Do it. So worth
it
it.
doesn't have Fridays and Saturdays, right?
Yeah,
it's just
like-
weekdays or
yeah, I
whatever.
think it's only like $100 or something like that.
Mhm.
But I figured it's like, all right, that can mean like once I gotta work and be like, yo, Deeds, let's go hit up some Horror Nights or
I'll be
whatever.
like,
So
okay.
maybe get some shots before we go out.
Yeah.
Number 2, the Slinky Dog coaster vehicle arrived at Disney's Hollywood Studios for Toy Story Land opening summer 2018. They said to celebrate National Slinky Day, Walt Disney World revealed that the first coaster vehicle for the upcoming Slinky Dog Dash Family Coaster has arrived at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Slinky Dog Dash will be part of the new attractions and experiences offered in the all-new 11-acre 10-story Toy Story Land, which will open next summer as part of the multi-year expansion to Disney Hollywood Studios. Inspired by the character Slinky from Toy Story films, Slinky Dog Dash will take families as they dash through twists and turns that Andy has created in this makeshift roller coaster. Did you see the picture?
No, but I still don't think it's gonna open next summer.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I actually just drove past it Friday, and it looks really cool. The
It
coaster
looks
itself.
cute. The little ride car is really cute.
Yeah.
I saw that. So, but people are saying it's very small though, like capacity wise.
Is it?
The train itself?
Yeah, people were saying that the capacity for the train is very small.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How big is the coaster? Does it look like?
It's pretty
Goofy's Toontown coaster.
No. It's pretty big. It's
Barnstormer.
Yeah.
So I think it's
Yeah.
kind of like it's along the lines of like that Cheetah Hunt, where it's got a couple of different launches to it. I don't think
Okay,
it's
fair
as
enough.
massive as what Cheetah Hunt is, but it's pretty big. I think it takes up like it goes around that whole entire area of the Toy Story Land.
That's crazy. That's kind of cool though that it goes throughout the whole area.
I'm pretty sure anyway. Don't quote me on it. You know,
Okay.
if this is the podcast of misinformation,
That
but
is so
we
true.
are the podcast of misinformation.
but I'm really excited for it, especially since we'll be getting passes again soon. I'm really excited.
But this isn't misinformation. It's not opening up next summer. I'll tell you that right now. It'll be like 5 years.
So we talked about it a little bit earlier. Destiny 2 is coming out today. I was really mad because I thought it was yesterday, with the day that we're actually recording this, and I was totally prepared to go home and play some Destiny, and no, it's Wednesday. What the heck, Bungie? Screwing me up. But they're already talking about DLC. The game's not even out yet, and DLC already talking. The first piece of DLC to release for Destiny 2 appears to be to feature the space wizard Osiris, as well as a new patrol zone. Kotaku reports a source revealed details about Destiny 2's first DLC pack titled The Curse of Osiris, which is looking to release in December this year. As the name implies, this DLC focuses on saving Osiris, a character we've never seen in the game but has been talked about throughout the lore. The DLC also talks about a Mercury patrol zone, as well as new social space at the exclusive lighthouse. The lighthouse was available to original Destiny players who managed a perfect run on the Trials passage during the Trials of Osiris event. I never got there.
Same.
I was never good enough. I'm good at PvE, not so much PvP.
Yeah.
I can't believe they're talking about I mean, of course, this isn't Bungie talking about it, but they're already saying, "Hey, this is DLC coming out." 3 months from now?
That's crazy.
I mean, how fast did Dark Below come out? That was the first DLC for Destiny 1, right? I guess it was around that same time frame.
3 months, would you say? I would say a little bit longer than that. I thought. Because I got. Destiny.
Actually, you're right, because I think it was like February, March.
Yeah, because I remember I got Destiny like a few months after.
It was right around the same time. It was like September something.
Yeah.
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 So we talked about it before the podcast, Tori.
Okay.
You don't know anything about
I was
Destiny.
gonna say yes. As someone who does not familiar with Destiny, can you give me like a quick what is it?
So it's a massive online multiplayer RPG.
First-person shooter.
First-person shooter. The story's a little odd. The story is.
It got so when Vanilla Destiny launched, it was horrible. It was straight up horrible. Matter of fact, Tyrion was the voice of this robot that assisted you, or whatever.
Yeah.
But he was god awful.
Yeah, he was bad.
Aw.
He's a great
Sorry.
actor, not so good voice actor.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know if it. And then again, I don't know if it was him or if it was the direction that was given, but it was not good.
We'll go with the direction.
They ended up going with Nathan Drake himself. Oh God, totally lost
Nathan, not Nathan.
the name.
Nolan North.
Nolan North, and he is now Dracobot, and it's leaps and bounds better than what Tyrion was. But they improved upon the story. The game is really about playing sociably. Is that a word?
Socially?
Socially, yeah.
Socially?
So like Didi, Kyle, and I would play all the time, like because most of the games that you're playing, it's a team of 3. So you have like these raids, but they were, what was the mini ones called? They were the strikes. So it was almost like a mini raid that you go in with 2 of your buddies and go and fight whatever or solve the puzzle, and then they have this huge massive raids that you go in with. Was it 6 people?
6 people, yeah.
I think I only did 2 of them,
Mm-hmm.
just because it was hard to get people that I wanted to talk to. I don't like to go playing with randoms, but then again, you couldn't even do that on the
You couldn't even do that, but I don't know. I was able to meet people, and I was
So
able
you
to get
had
some
to
raids.
have friends.
Yeah. For raids, yes. Strikes, you don't have
Yeah,
to. You could have just
straight to matchmaking for it.
yeah. And what was great about strikes is that you didn't have to talk to anybody
Yeah.
unless you did the heroic ones, and you kind of needed to communicate. But if you did the regular strikes and you just wanted to grab gear and stuff like
But
that, you
yeah.
could just go in and just shoot everything.
The main thing is all about loot.
Yeah.
That's really the main big thing. As a matter of fact, after the podcast, we'll have to show you their in real life trailer. Have you watched it yet? Oh my god! So it's Kate Six, who is voiced by Nathan Fillion, explaining to the Guardians, who is your characters, like why they have to go and save the world. It's like, this bad guy came in and he destroyed the world. He took away your movies and your donuts and the puppies and he goes on and on and on, and all of a sudden the guy's like, yeah, let's do it for the puppies, and he runs off into battle, and Kate Six like, yeah, for the puppies.
Okay, I can get behind this. You got me now with the puppies.
I can't wait. I really cannot wait. Destiny, I played easily hundreds upon hundreds of hours of Destiny, and I'm ready for it. My kids are ready for it. We got them a copy as well. So yeah, it'll be Destiny 24/7 for next few months, years, probably.
Years?
Probably.
Good
Well, until
lord.
Anthem comes out.
Yeah. Seriously, Destiny, we played off and on for 2 years, 3 years,
Yeah, something like
something
that.
like that.
Yeah.
When
No, 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. This
Yeah.
is year 4.
yeah, it was off and on for a
So
while.
it's highly playable, basically.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And,
the
I mean, a
replayability is
lot of
ridiculous.
stuff, and a lot of stuff like you replayed over and over again. But for this, I keep hearing that it's not going to be that way. That it's going to be new missions that they're giving you to won't be the exact same type of mission and this and that. And I'm excited. I don't care. I'm excited, even if it is the
Hopefully.
same thing. I still played the heck out of the first one too. So
Sounds good.
so number 4, Tori, I put this in for you. Really,
Bless you.
it's not a big thing for me, but I thought it was kind of cool. Star Wars: The Last Jedi Rey Build-A-Bear plush has been revealed. So adding to its line of Star Wars plush toys, Build-A-Bear has announced a Rey plush bear as part of Force Friday 2, now available for purchase. The Rey Build-A-Bear costs $35, and an optional lightsaber attachment for $12 can be purchased separately.
Whoa.
Check out the bear below. So
$12
Yeah, it is.
It lights up. It lights up.
this is the cutest.
Guys, I'm gonna have you look at this. This. Can you see this?
Okay, so I just want to say I like these. They're kind of cute.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I feel like it's kind of weird that, like, it comes with hair on it.
I
And
was gonna say,
like, well, because they also have a Kylo Ren bear, which I also think is weird, and like the mask is like part of the face. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cute. If like I had a kid and they wanted it, I'd be like, oh yeah, you do.
but what if I
But-
just wanted a regular Jedi bear?
Well, the bigger question is, why is there not a Porg? Build a
That's
bear.
Alright.
that's actually.
All right.
All
Are you talking about it now, or do you want to wait till
I'll
later?
save it for later.
Okay,
Save
just
it
making
for
sure.
later.
All right.
But why isn't there a Porg? I feel like
That's a
that's
good
more of a buildable plush than Ray.
So number 5, Leonardo DiCaprio has reportedly been being eyed for Joker Origins movie. Warner Brothers reportedly plans to use producer Martin Scorsese to lure longtime collaborator Leonardo DiCaprio to play the lead in the in-development Joker Origin story movie. Our reporter says that the studio would like DiCaprio or another extremely high-profile actor to play the Joker as, quote, a gritty crime boss in Scorsese-esque Gotham underworld. However, no offer has been made yet. The split between standalone movie and ongoing DC EU projects has seemingly already confused one big name, the current Joker actor, Jared Leto, who, in Suicide Squad, already portrayed the iconic villain as a crime boss of sorts, was apparently surprised and upset by the idea of another actor taking on the role. Leto is currently
What a
lined up to
loser.
reprise the Joker in Suicide Squad 2 and the Joker and Harley Quinn spin-off movie. DC, what in God's blue earth are you doing?
No. I just none of this sounds good at all.
I don't understand. Like, where Marvel has everything so streamlined and everybody, signed to 20 bazillion year contracts. You have stories that aren't canon but are canon. They said it's going to be like almost aligned with, the original Batman from the 80s with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. That it's going to be like that kind of Joker. What? Huh? What do you You're confusing us.
Well, probably what happened was they were like, Jared Leto's awful, which is true.
No.
Everybody
I didn't think he
knows
was that bad. I can appreciate what he tried doing.
First of all, I don't really think he's that great of an actor, but for me, it's all about like the almost I hate to use this word, character integrity, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Like the kind of Joker that he played is not at all what the Joker's about.
Has ever been about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where I take issue with it. On top of the fact that I don't think he's great at all. But
The thing was, like, and Frog and I discussed this when we went and saw Suicide Squad. It's like, I didn't like him as the Joker. I can appreciate what he tried doing, just because nobody was going to top Heath Ledger. Everybody's going to compare him to Heath Ledger, and it's
Which
just
is
not
true.
going to happen.
and that's
So I
like,
can appreciate why he tried to do something entirely different. I don't think it worked per se. I think it was okay. But yeah, I think just this whole thing about DiCaprio. I mean, not to say DiCaprio wouldn't do an amazing job. He probably would. Probably one of the
Well-
greatest actors that we've had in our lifetime. But just what? I just don't understand what they're doing storyline canon wise. Like, why
Well,
have a
yeah.
whole nother universe Joker while you have another Joker in a movie? Like, I'm confused.
Well, what made me mad about this entire article was, where is it? The exact wording. Oh no.
They're probably thinking this was
Oh, or another extremely high-profile actor. Can we not just pick someone that is meant to be the Joker?
Yeah.
Do they have to be high profile? Like,
Yeah.
come on. What's the guy's name from Gotham? He'd be great.
Oh, the dude who plays like Joker, not Joker guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, or someone like him, or even the guy who's playing It. He's a really good actor too. Or is that the same guy?
No, not the same guy.
Okay.
No.
I want to
The
make
one,
sure.
the one
They
from
look
Gotham
similar.
is from Shameless on Showtime. I can't remember what this character's name is, but yeah, he looks like he would be Joker. Like he has kind of like that
Yeah.
the doll maker, carved out face right now or whatever. But
Well, yeah. I haven't watched it in so long.
It
so.
was not good. It really was.
Yeah, I kind of stopped
Gotham?
after.
Yeah, no.
Gotham's not good.
a
No,
certain-
God.
after a certain point, I stopped.
Are you serious?
All right, so
Yeah.
there's a point, like we were talking about Telltale last week, right? With the Batman game and how like it turns that universe upside down a little bit. Where Penguin's a little bit different. Even Batman can straight up destroy people. Gotham just changes people just for the sake of changing people, and I'm just like, nah, this isn't good. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, I'm over it.
Yikes.
I think Rocco was watching, but it's like, no, I'm good. This one I'm very, very, very excited about, and shout out to our friend Alyssa, because I'm sure she's very excited about it as well.
This is get hype news right here.
So
Mhm.
90% of Gearbox is working on a game that's probably Borderlands 3.
Yeah.
The majority of Gearbox is working on a game that's not necessarily, but is almost certainly Borderlands 3. Speaking at PAX West panel, as reported by PC Games In, Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford explained that 90% of Gearbox's development team is, quote, working on a thing I think most of you guys want us to be working on.
Mm-hmm.
It seems pretty clear that it's a new Borderlands game, not least because Pitchford has previously shown off a tech test of the engine that will power the next game in the Shoot and Loot series. We've heard lots of things about the potential Borderlands 3, or whatever it ends up being called, although very little about the game itself. We know, for instance, that it probably won't come to Nintendo Switch.
Oh, man.
Boo. That would be amazing, right?
Oh,
And that the Tales from the Borderlands team designed their characters so that they could put them in an appearance in a new main series game. There's no official word on when a new Borderlands game will arrive or even when it will be announced. First, let me go back to that part about Tales from Borderlands. I'm very hyped up about that. I love Tales from the Borderlands, one of my favorite Telltale games. So having Reese and all the crew from that game show up in Borderlands 3, yes, get hyped.
Get hype.
But maybe this is Duke Nukem.
Oh gosh. Thank God Gearbox is working on a game that they're only good at making.
Yeah, it's really weird, right?
It's so weird.
They tried. Okay, so they kind of took over with Duke Nukem. But then they tried Colonial Marines, and that was
not good.
rated one of the worst games of all time. What's the Overwatch type game that they have?
Oh gosh.
I can't think of it, but it's kind of like Overwatch, but it just did not sell whatsoever.
Yeah,
now
it's
it's
not
even
good.
free to play, I think.
Yeah, it's free to play now.
Yeah.
And then they did. I think they did Bulletstorm. Didn't they do Bulletstorm?
No, I think they re-released it because it was Epic that did it at first. Because it was Cliff's people that helped him out because it was people that can fly. People can fly.
Yeah,
I think
people
it's
can
called.
fly. Yeah, right.
But I actually really like that one. But yeah, I think they just helped with the re-release, the remaster or whatever.
Mhm.
But Borderlands is still one of my favorite games. Borderlands 2 especially. I played the heck out of that game too, so I'm all excited. Did you play Borderlands at all, Tori?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love
Borderlands
the
2. Oh,
just the design, like the character design. And
That's cel-shaded.
And the story.
I love it.
Have you ever
so
tried doing any type of that
much.
makeup?
Honestly, it's on my list. Like, I really want to do a Borderlands makeup.
Oh.
Honestly, I would love to do like a Borderlands cosplay in general, but that would be a lot of work.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Like who's that? Moxie? Moxie's awesome.
Moxie's awesome.
She's cool. I like oh, what's her name? I can't think of her name now.
The one with
She's
the red
got
hair.
Yeah, she's got red hair.
The one that has like the powers.
the Siren.
Yeah, Siren.
She's a Siren.
Yeah, I
Yep.
can't think of it. I think that's who Alyssa was saying that she plays as. I
She
can't
plays
remember.
her.
I can't remember the
And
name
she's
though.
got like
The
weird
Handsome Jack
tattoos.
is still one of the
Handsome
coolest
Jack
characters
is.
of all time in any video
And
game.
He
the
is very
greatest
cool.
pet of all time, Butt Stallion.
Butt Stallion. Oh, Butt Stallion. So this is a little bit of a long one, but I just thought this was really interesting, especially talking about Destiny coming out. Marvel's Avengers Project will be an online third-person action adventure. Have anybody heard about this yet?
I read a little bit
Oh,
about
but-
it.
So Crystal Dynamics, the people who brought you Tomb Raider, upcoming Avengers game will feature social, shared online play, and will, at least in combat sections, resemble a third-person cover-based action-adventure game. Back in January, Marvel announced that it was entering into a multi-year, multi-game partnership with Square Enix, the first project of which was announced as an upcoming Avengers game. Very few details were announced at the time, and the game has remained quietly in development ever since. But now it seems that we might have our first idea in direction in which the game is headed. Thanks to NeoGAF user Kirolak, we have a couple of postings from Square Enix subsidiary Crystal Dynamics for an upcoming game which is currently referred to as the Avengers Project. Duh. Come on, dude. What are you doing? One
Whoa,
posting,
what's that?
yeah, one posting asks for applicants for a lead level designer position focusing on level development. The posting specifically refers to fun and unique online experiences and also asks for understanding of the social implications of shared gameplay, as well as referencing various game modes and campaigns. The other posting is looking for an experienced combat designer who will work with the rest of the team to plan, prototype, and build combat systems that directly apply to a third-person cover-based action-adventure game. Looking at these two postings together, we can start to get an idea of the sort of game that's in development. It certainly seems that as though the game will be online, perhaps hinting at an MMO, particularly considering the emphasis in the job description of shared gameplay in a variety of modes and campaigns. Could we be seeing a variation of Destiny's Fire Team style setup, but with superheroes rather than Guardians? Would anybody be interested in a game like this?
As long as it's not like City of Heroes,
That sounds
then
interesting.
What was City of Heroes? Was that just straight
it
up
was
MMO?
it was a superhero MMO. Excuse me. Woo! And then they released City of Villains. It was okay. I mean, nothing special. It didn't get me away from WoW, but I mean,
I wonder, like, if it is a third person, adventure game, I wonder how, like, the combat would work though. So say, like, I don't know if you would create your own character, but if it's an Avengers game, I would imagine you'd play as one of the Avengers. Like,
Yeah,
I would
wonder how
assume
it's gonna
so.
work.
Makes sense.
It could be like maybe Borderlands-ish, where you get loot, maybe like
But you
enhance
add-
your stuff.
as Hulk, like, what would you add? Oh, you got your purple pants. Like, what?
Psh, maybe you change colors.
Yeah, maybe you become Red Hulk. You know?
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see what they're doing with it, especially with Destiny coming out, and then you had what's the one that Ubi had, the Division, and then of course
Yeah.
you had the EA one. What the heck were we calling it? What's the one that EA has? We were just talking about it.
Anthem
Yeah, Anthem. So you got Anthem coming out too.
coming
So
out soon.
a lot of that shared social experience game stuff coming out.
But this one's gonna be weird. If they did it like where it's gonna be a single player game, like what's that game? What's that game they just did? You just said Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So like that, and that's one thing I'd be like, oh, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, but shared online experience.
sounds like MMO to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Mm.
they already have something like that with Marvel Heroes, and it's kind of like a Diablo-esque, MMO type deal.
It's not good.
I mean, it's okay.
I played. I didn't like it. I was just like,
It's
it
very
looks too-
it's very Diablo.
It looks. Yeah, except not as good.
No, it's not Blizzard,
Oh,
but you can't
yeah.
expect that.
That's true.
It's good
not
for what it
Blizzard.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it. But the Get Hype news of the week.
Oh, this is not get hype news.
It's get hype news
You're
a little
crazy.
bit.
So Goof LaBouffe, Shia LaBeouf, not coming
Actual
back
cannibal.
for Indiana Jones 5.
Boo.
It would seem that
It's gonna
Shia
be like,
LaBeouf's time in Indiana Jones universe was short-lived, as David Cope, is it Cope, the screenwriter of Indiana Jones 5, has confirmed Goof LaBouffe's character, Mutt Williams, is not in the script. Cope put it, I don't know.
Succinctly.
Sure, got them big words to Entertainment Weekly, saying Harrison played Indiana Jones. That I can certainly say. And the Shia LaBeouf character is not in the film.
The important things
Yeah.
we need to know.
Cope said the movie could be good. Oh my God, I cannot speak today. The movie could begin production soon, and that he hopes Steven Spielberg, who has directed every Indiana Jones film, will make it his next project. In terms of when we could start, I think that it's up to Mr. Spielberg and Mr. Ford, he explained, adding, if the stars align, hopefully it'll be his next. There's been talk that Harrison Ford has played Indiana Jones since Raiders of the Lost Ark, will eventually step away from the franchise to allow a younger actor to take up the lead. That seemed to be the point of the introduction of Williams in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. However, given the skull was largely seen as a disappointment, and LaBouffe's LaBeouf, whatever, Goof LaBeouf, criticism of Spielberg in the past, the absence of Mutt Williams in the next film isn't all too surprising. Indiana Jones 5 will be released in theaters July 10th, 2020. You liked Goof LaBeouf?
Dude,
Wait,
I
you
loved
liked
Five.
Crystal
You
Skull?
wait.
Listen,
All
no.
right.
Okay, until the end.
So I didn't
until the alien
I didn't
part.
mind the movie. I didn't mind it. It's my least favorite out of all of them.
As it should be.
But it was a tolerable movie. But you liked the movie.
I loved it until
Really?
the alien part.
Until the aliens.
Until the aliens.
But so did that ruin it for you as a whole, or do you still stand by it?
It did.
Okay.
So-
it
okay.
ruined it, but I loved it until the last 10 minutes.
So Indiana Jones in a refrigerator getting blown up on an atomic bomb and then coming out totally fine didn't ruin the movie for you at all?
it's called the Impossible White Man movie.
I mean, that was probably the best part of the movie. So
But it's so ridiculous. Like, yeah, I'm going to get into this refrigerator, get blown up by an atomic bomb. Totally fine.
Hey.
it's Harrison Ford. He can do whatever. he
Except
wants.
fly a plane.
Oh,
Listen,
That's the thing.
Well-
if you want Indiana Jones 5 to start production soon, Harrison Ford needs to stay away from those damn
Oh
airplanes.
my God.
Whether he's crashing into an
Let the man
airfield
do what he
or a
wants,
golf
he's
course.
fine.
No, he's not. He's injuring himself. This 90-year-old man keeps crashing his damn planes.
Look,
Ugh.
okay. The most important part of this is that Harrison Ford is the only person who should play Indiana Jones,
So
and we're retaining that, and that's good.
but I mean, who was it that played young Indiana Jones in?
I don't even think it was a known actor.
Was it River Phoenix?
Yes, it was River
It was
Phoenix.
River Phoenix.
Holy crap! Yeah, totally. Oh my god.
Yeah. See, if
No.
they did, huh?
No,
No.
No what?
I mean maybe.
You don't think?
I
So you
know.
don't think? So you don't think if they did
I just, my
pre-
thing is like, okay, look,
Because it was
he's
talking-
he's
type
still
deal.
kicking. He's still Harrison Ford. He's still great.
but he's old.
He should still be Indiana Jones, though.
There was talk
Like-
that Chris Pratt was going to play him. You would
No,
like
Oh.
Chris Pratt?
no, there's no.
I think Chris Pratt probably would
Love
play a
Chris
great.
Pratt.
I don't know. I think he's too goofy.
I
If he
think-
can be serious, then maybe. But I don't know. I
think
feel like
he can play
everything he's
serious
in,
actor.
he's
Or he's
Well,
playing a
goofy.
serious actor.
I don't want him to be serious actor where it becomes like Chris Evans and he's like, I only do serious roles.
Yo, yeah.
No, well, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, Indiana Jones definitely has humor to it, but it's more so like situation. Like, it's not like he's cracking jokes all the time.
Well,
you know
look
what I mean?
at Jurassic World. Jurassic World, he wasn't like goof character.
I thought most of the time he was.
I mean,
Yeah, I was
he
gonna say,
was like he was cracking
was
jokes,
goof.
but he wasn't
Mm.
Star Lord.
That's true.
Fair.
But what if it was Chris Evans? I would like Chris Evans.
I would
as
just
an
prefer
Indiana
someone
Jones.
that looks more like him.
Wait,
like,
you're talking about
if
Cap?
You're saying,
Yeah.
Mm.
Listen, remember when Chris Evans used to be a funny actor. He did all these funny roles.
The only
Not another
movie-
teen movie.
Oh my god, he wasn't
He
not another
wasn't
teen
that.
movie.
Wasn't that?
He was like the football
He
star,
was
right?
the football
Oh
guy.
my
He was
God.
the jock.
The only movie I actually remembered him being in was Fantastic
Four?
Four.
I
Yeah.
was say he was in Fantastic Four, another funny movie.
That's right.
Not the right way.
Multiple ways.
So bad.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know who else.
It's one
Yeah,
of
that
my
I could
first
pick
crushes in
out.
that movie. So
What about-
hey,
Who's your first crush?
one of my first crushes. So I mean, like my three childhood crushes were probably
You're gonna say
like
the commish.
what?
The who?
Who's the guy that played the thing?
Oh, the guy from
The commish. That's what I thought of. He was
Who was
the
it?
Shield.
The Shield.
Yeah, but-
That's what that show was called.
Yeah. What was it? What was his name?
His name was like Michael.
Michael
something.
Chiklis.
There you
Was
go.
No,
Michael
Han
Chiklis.
Solo, Chris Evans as Human Torch,
Oh, okay.
and then James Franco in the
If you say
Spider-Man
Spider-Man,
movies.
oh my god. Oh.
Legendary.
Oh.
Legendary.
Oh my god. Oh.
He was so corny in those
He was
movies
awful.
too.
He was. He
Oh,
really
he was awful. Was it?
Oh,
He was
so
so
cool. He
like
was-
I'm angsty.
was that the Gobby Jr. thing? Was he called Gobby Jr. in 3, or was that Amazing Spider-Man?
I don't remember.
I don't think that was a.
Oh, it was
Tobey
totally a
Maguire.
thing. I think it was.
No,
I
I'm
think
saying
it
I
was,
don't think it was a Tobey Maguire movie one.
I have to look. I think it was 3. I think it was. He called him Gobby Jr. and that's when Venom showed up. I think. I'm almost positive. Now I have to look it up when we get done.
Maybe
Oh.
Where's research when we need him? Brock, you're supposed to be here.
Mm.
she should be here.
Yeah, but she's working. That got really dead silent all of a
I
sudden.
did.
All right, Didi, that's it for my news. Are you ready for some Get Hype news?
We're ready for some Get Hype news.
Woo!
So
that
because
ludicrous
I
speech.
messed up on the original part, we're gonna play the other news.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the real one. So this is what happens when you mess up on the Get Hype News.
Nobody noticed. Nobody noticed.
No
It's
one
fine.
knows.
I didn't say no, but no if you didn't say anything.
Nobody knows.
the trouble I see. Okay.
Daphne Zuniga. I have to meet her. She's coming down.
For Spooky Empire.
Spooky Empire.
That's right.
I have to meet her. That's one of my first crushes.
Did you hear about
Spaceballs. I'm just saying.
Fair
Did you hear
enough.
about Rick Moranis' helmet that got sold?
No.
Yeah, it got sold
Like the original?
in an auction. Yeah.
Let me guess. Do you know how much?
I don't know
Oh, I
exactly
was
how
gonna
much.
say.
I know the starting bid was
You play
$9,000 though.
the
9,000.
price is right.
I would have. I would have bet my house. Like take all of my money. Oh, Rick Moranis.
Oh, Dark Helmet.
Come back. Come back. Just do some conventions or something.
Oh, Dark Helmet.
I know you don't do anything anymore, but come on. He just like sits at home with his kids and
Living off that honey. I shrunk the kids.
I know,
money.
right? Disney paid him well, apparently.
Man,
Hey, if you invest right or whatever, I guess it's
Oh,
dude, he signed some great contracts.
Rick Moranis.
And Little Shop of Horrors money too.
I was watching that the other day.
It was a good movie.
I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
Do you know I
Alright.
never knew it had an alternate ending?
Did it really?
So I guess on the stage it ended like in the bad way, where Audrey 2 took over the world, with the rest of the plants,
Mhm.
and then in the movie they decided to change it up, and that's when the good ending happened.
Was it originally a play?
Yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
it was originally a play.
Yeah.
Didn't know. I totally didn't know that.
Speaking of play, really quick
The
before
more
you get
you
into
know.
it, Victoria was freaking out on Facebook earlier with the Magic School Bus trailer happening.
super excited. Well, really, I was just so surprised. I knew Kate McKinnon was going to be in it, which I love
Wait,
her.
Yeah,
But
There's
Netflix
There's a
is
reboot.
making a reboot of
so
the Magic
it's-
School Bus.
I didn't realize this. I thought Kate McKinnon was just playing Miss Frizzle. She's playing Miss Frizzle's like sister.
Yeah.
What?
And
yes,
actually, the
and she
original.
looks so cute.
It's really cool because the original Miss Frizzle does the voice, of regular Miss Frizzle, and then she says, "Oh yeah, this is my sister, Miss Frizzle."
And it's Kate McKinnon.
Yeah.
But Lin-Manuel Miranda does the Magic School Bus theme.
Yeah.
Like it's him singing. And I was listening to it and I was like, is this who I think it is? Apparently it was announced, weeks ago?
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
just in a cave or something. But
now, does it sound the same? Is it the same song basically?
I don't-
yeah, it's similar at least. I don't know if I don't really remember the lyrics from
Yeah,
the
I don't
original.
remember that enough.
But it's
like-
like the same idea, yeah.
It was like very islandy and it went dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun,
yes, yes, yeah. And he's like,
do it,
he's
the Magic School Bus.
yes, yes. Yes.
It's also just that.
He
okay.
says something like, I remember, like, take a left at your intestine and make a right past Mars or something like that. So, like, that's one of the lyrics. So it's still, like, very, like,
Yeah, they went
quirky
everywhere.
and
sciencey.
I love that when you start talking about like islandy, I kept thinking of Gullah Gullah Island.
Gullah Gullah
It
Island.
had that, like the big frog on it, right?
Binya Binya.
Binya.
Oh, my
How
God.
do we remember this stuff? But
Just put your foot in your hand. Yo, that means hurry up. Don't miss the great things that we planned.
this may be my favorite episode of the podcast ever. I'm just saying, it's been so random lately. Oh,
Those
so
were-
good. Okay,
Come in,
Get
let's
hype
play
news.
together. In the bright sunny weather.
Next, you'll be quoting Allegra's window.
Let's talk.
That was the girl with the little Cheeto
Allegra's
hair. Right?
window. Magellan the dragon. Magellan the magic dragon.
That was Eureka's castle.
You said Eureka's. Did you say
No, I
Eureka's castle?
said Allegra's window, and you started.
Oh, Allegra's window. I don't remember
Oh
Allegra's
my
window.
But the best part, you started singing it like Eureka's castle. You said
Eureka's castle.
but you said Allegra's window.
I thought that's what it was called. And then you just
No, yeah,
Oh,
Eureka's
man.
castle was like Bear in the Big Blue House before Bear in the Big Blue House. If you go back and listen, it's the exact same
Really?
voice,
Really?
same type of like
Bear
Muppet
in
movement.
the big blue house.
Yeah, that was after my time. I don't
that was
know.
after my time too.
What was the
You
trolls or the
friend.
bog twins or whatever
Never see everyone. I don't know about the.
in Eureka's castle?
I don't remember the Bog Twins.
They were like
The
it was like
trolls.
yeah.
They were like the little plants.
No,
No.
they were like purple Muppet characters,
Oh, I don't
and he had
remember.
Batley.
Oh, they were twins?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's definitely
they're-
like Bear in the Big Blue House. There's like twin otters, I think, in Bear. in the
Really?
Big Blue
Are you
House.
serious? That's
yeah,
so funny.
yeah.
So it's just the Nickelodeon version and the
The
Disney
Disney
version.
version.
And I think Eureka's Castle was Canadian too. If I
Yeah, I
don't
think-
remember
yeah, it was
correctly.
Canadian.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking of Alanis Morissette, the greatest import ever from Canada. Just
There you
saying.
go.
All right, sorry, I'm totally
All right, here we go. We're going
sidetracking.
sidetracking.
sidetracked.
Okay, sorry. Get hype news. Woo! Let's go.
Woo.
So PUBG got a new milestone last week, or it's actually 2 weeks ago. So 8 million copies.
And it's not even released yet.
Now it's 10 million copies. Now
But it's not even the actual game. It's
not even
still,
the actual game. Still early release.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Oh.
And Microsoft did get the exclusive distribution for it, so that's why it's going to be on the Xbox One for quite a bit. before it even.
So
Comes
just
to-
for now though. So it
just
could
for
possibly
now.
come to
It could
PS4
come to
later.
PS4, but it'll probably be a while, probably a year. So did you see on Force Friday the new BB units?
Yes.
There's gonna be 2 other ones besides BB9E. It's gonna be BB2 and BB4.
Which one's the
which
evil
are they're the resistance
BB9E is the
ones.
evil one.
one? BB9E. He's got kind of like a
He's got a flatter head.
yeah, like a hexagonal type
Yeah.
head or whatever.
Yeah, I
And
was
it's all
gonna.
black, right?
Yeah, I
Yep.
was gonna get the Funko Pop because that came out like right at midnight. That sold out in like
It
2
was
minutes.
really hard to not buy that.
Yeah,
They had them at Walmart. I wish I would have known. I would have bought them one for you.
Oh
yeah,
man,
they had a bunch of them.
that's gonna cost money. New season of American Horror Stories is probably like a big misconception.
Yes.
They announced it's not going to be an attack on Trump. So for all you kids that are worrying it might get political, it's not. So
Yeah, because the trailer definitely shows.
Well,
that
literally,
It
the first
shows-
5 seconds is him being elected president on
Everyone's
TV,
like,
and
yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh my god, yeah."
Yeah, and of course, all the crazies, going trying, how dare you?
how dare you do this? This was not supposed to be political.
No,
Guess
I
what,
think
it's not.
I think it's very obvious though that it's going to focus on
Crazy.
yeah.
So apparently, the clown's coming
stuff.
back.
Yes.
Did you hear about
Yes,
this? Right?
Twisty the Clown.
Yes, if you there's like she's like a book. It's like a Legend of Twisty thing. I like to think that the like cult members or like the clowns that keep showing up in the commercials and stuff, and like they're like, I don't know, worship Twisty or something. I don't know.
So I've never, ever. Well, I'm lying. I've watched one episode of American Horror Story, and I think it was the second season. I think who's the dude from Maroon 5? Adam.
Adam Levine.
He was in the first episode, I think.
Yeah.
And
He's in the whole series, the whole season.
oh, the whole season. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought he died the first episode. Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
No.
Should I start from the beginning, or can I just watch
You don't
Cult?
have to, okay, so you don't have to start. That's the
So-
beauty of
But-
American
but
Horror
the-
Story. Every season's different. They do connect
Okay,
sometimes,
yeah, I was gonna
That's
say.
what I
but
was
it's
gonna
not necessary to your understanding of what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I would say if you wanted to be connected to this season, from what I can see already, watch Freak Show, which is where Twisty is.
That's
Yeah.
last season.
And that's a really good season. No,
But-
that's 2 seasons ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
2 seasons.
But Freak Show connects to 1, I believe, right? Is it 1 or 2?
Freak Show connects to Asylum because Pepper goes to the Asylum.
That's right.
Yeah. And then Roanoke, the most recent season, also connected back to season 2.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think. And then Hotel connected to Coven because Queenie showed up.
Sadly. Coven was so bad.
Really?
I hated it.
That was the first season I ever watched. I didn't mind it,
Oh.
but after watching everything else, I think I would agree with
Oh,
that.
the Supreme.
I'm the Supreme now.
I'm like, oh, shut up about the Supreme. Oh, get out
There's
of
only
here.
one Supreme, and her name is Diana Ross.
Hey.
Hey.
Just saying. I'll have to try and get into it.
So
You
it's
should.
September. So new Netflix stuff came out. Notable stuff coming out is Beauty and the Beast.
The live action, right?
I believe it is the live action one.
Hmm.
BoJack Horseman. If you guys watch that, it's the season and season 7 of The Walking Dead. I'm still on season 6.
Yeah, I may have to. I think we caught up with season 6. But the 7 is when Negan shows up, right?
That's when
That
Negan
was last
kills.
season.
I don't even remember.
Kills the 2
what
people.
happens.
Yeah.
I know he kills. I know one of them.
Spoilers.
I don't know the other one.
Yeah. I know one. I don't know the other one because all I keep thinking is just the eyeball coming out.
Oh, they show it.
Help me.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
it's really
Are you serious?
gross.
it's
Yeah, it's
really,
really
oh
gross.
yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh wow.
AMC went all out on this
dude,
one.
it's intense. It's so good though.
Wow. Okay. I guess I won't be watching that. So, did you hear about this girl who pulled a sword from the lake that King Arthur threw Excalibur in?
I just saw that on Twitter. I just saw
This
that
is a true
today.
story.
What?
So, according to legend, Dusmary's pool, that's where King Arthur threw Excalibur in.
Yeah.
A girl found a sword, a 4-foot long sword, in the lake.
And it looks legit. Like
It looks legit.
It looks
So this is
aged
confirmed.
and-
You don't think
So
is
she's
she
technically
just like
she's technically the Queen of England.
I'm concerned though. What if like because what I immediately thought was like, okay, that's fun, and now you're internet famous. What if like I don't know, a historical society like comes after you and is like, it belongs in a museum and
belongs-
takes it from you.
that's what Indiana
Like,
Jones comes?
Indiana
Indiana
Jones.
Jones shows up. Harrison Ford's there. I mean, I'd be cool with that, but
It
Yeah.
belongs in the museum.
but like, what happens now? Do they
She's
take it
the
from
Queen
her?
of England.
I don't think it works
But she
that
didn't.
way.
She didn't pull it from the stone. She just found it in the lake.
I mean, nobody else did. So
I mean,
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that she really didn't find crap. I think that she probably put it there. I'm gonna go ahead and say. Do you think she actually found the sword?
yes.
Are
I
you
would
just
like to
wanting?
believe
Are you
it,
saying?
yes.
Are you? Do you want to believe it, or do you actually believe
Or
it?
there's like some random guy that just like once a week throws a sword to the pot so that like a little kid gets all excited. I would do
Let's
that.
see what happens this week. Meanwhile, there's like a whole like.
There's like 18 swords on the floor of the pool.
It's like, oh man, which one's the real one?
Oh Lord.
And Taylor Swift has the #1 song in the country, so no more Despacito. Wait, I lied. Despacito is named the #1 song of the summer.
That's crazy. Go away, Despacito.
Despacito.
I can't stand it. Oh, I can't stand it.
Despacito ruled our summer.
Is that it for your news?
That's pretty much it.
All right. So we were gonna wait for Brittany, to watch it last week,
Yeah.
but Brittany decided, oh, I gotta go be a cool media person and go watch it, screener before anybody else can watch
Oh,
it.
because I'm
She sounds
cooler.
just like that.
God, she
She
does.
does.
She
She
talks
does
just like
not.
that.
She talks exactly just like this.
I watch her on Early Night Live. She talks just like that.
Exactly.
But we're gonna talk about some Game of Thrones.
We're gonna talk
So
some-
Thrones.
Wait, is it
topic of the show? Yeah. There you go.
all day we talk about thrones and stuff.
So we're gonna talk about some Game of Thrones. Should I pause for time? Pausing. There you go. Oh no.
there it goes.
Oh.
Who doesn't get hype about Game of Thrones?
So Game of Thrones season finale was last Sunday. We didn't get to talk about it because it was only Didi and I that actually knew what happened. Brittany didn't. She only watched half of it. I think she said. Milo Beasley, when he was here, he knows nothing about them thrones.
Jon Snow.
Yeah. He knows
Jon
nothing.
Snow.
I couldn't remember everything that really happened, so I tried putting bullet points from this article I found. But hopefully, maybe Tori, you wrote some better bullet points.
Mine are very simplified, but it gets to the point.
Yeah,
and
so
I have.
I'll let
quite
you
a
run
few.
with this one. So
Okay,
go
fine.
ahead and lead the show.
Here's Tori's trash bullet points for Game of Thrones.
Oh my God.
Because I'm not sure if they're good. Okay. So, well, the first thing that I had was because the beginning is obviously
The big meeting.
The big meetup.
Well, the Unsullied are waiting around, and then the Dothraki arrive.
but real
Which
quick-
I just want to throw that in there because like the Dothraki, every time they come in, it's a great entrance. So I just wanted to like throw that in there.
I do question, how did the Unsullied show up at King's Landing?
What do you mean?
They were in Casterly Rock. They were stuck
All
on
right.
Casterly Rock.
So, all right, before we move on, I was talking about at work the other day. Someone was asking, was like, "What do you think about this season?" The one thing I can't stand about this season, people seem to warp across the map.
Listen.
Like redonkulous this season.
Listen.
Like all of a sudden they got a portal and like, oh, I'm gonna flash over here. Hey, I went from Dragonstone to the wall and this and back. And wait a minute, John, it took you like how long to just walk a little
But
bit in the north?
Did you see though? I had like read a thing or something about talking about them waiting for Daenerys. And how like you can kind of tell like it's not like they were waiting for a few hours for her. Like it honestly, like if you really like break it down and look at it, it looks like they've been there for days. I mean, that one guy froze to death. Like
Oh, you're talking about
they were
from
there.
the episode before.
yeah,
okay.
so like people really gave that one a lot of crap, but like it's kind of obvious that like it was longer than just like a day that they were on the
it's-
rock.
I think it was just the way that the editing was done that it just seemed like
No, I
it just,
agree
like,
with you,
it's-
but
oh
if you,
snap,
like,
you're already
think
here.
about it-
Yeah, no, I get it. And it's just I guess I'm so used to like whether it be Lord of the Rings or something like that where it takes a while. To
It's just
get
like
from
3
point
weeks
A
of them
to-
walking through the woods
Yeah,
and talking to each other. Fair.
Or when you had Arya and the Hound walking for days.
Oh, God.
That was like a whole season of
Yeah.
them just walking around. Yeah.
Where this time it was like John went from Dragonstone to the wall in like 2 seconds.
I'm
Look,
sure,
wait,
I'm sure they
what
could drag it
happened?
out, but I feel like they're at the point now where they're like, okay, we only have one more season left. Like they just have to. They have to get
maybe
through it all.
they shouldn't have cut it down to 7
I
episodes.
agree.
I agree.
I agree with you. I agree.
But maybe they discovered Amazon Prime and they just decided
Absolutely.
to,
They
hey,
ship to themselves.
free 2-day
Oh
shipping.
my God, get out of here! All right, so this
But-
big meeting happened.
Yep,
in
the White Walker
King's
party.
Landing. Go ahead.
So I wrote down just like a couple because like I also wanted to encompass like conversations because I thought there were a couple important conversations that happened. So
Okay.
like Brienne and the Hound kind of meet up again, which I thought was really cool.
That was dope.
He looked kind of, I mean, he doesn't really look happy ever, but he looks kind of happy to hear that Arya's okay. So that
Yeah.
was cool.
That was really neat.
And then Tyrion, Brienne, and Pod, so that was like a cool reunion, I thought.
Isn't it amazing?
I know what you're thinking of.
Isn't it
Oh,
amazing?
that's every time I see Pod, I always think of the same thing. Wait a minute,
Isn't-
they didn't want to take your money? That's the first thing I think of every single time.
But like, isn't it always exciting to see Pod though? He's the man. He's so cool.
I love
Just want
him.
to throw that out there.
And then before the big entrance by Daenerys, which was fantastic, by the way. But you've got the little teaser trailer for Clegane Bowl
yeah,
where he's
which
like,
I
I'm gonna fight you,
Yeah.
and you know it.
I thought that I
and-
think I talked about it. When we talked about the previous episode, I thought that's what was going to happen.
Oh, Mountain-
With this
They're,
episode.
What,
they're still
Mountain and
stringing it
Hound?
along.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still because he was like, you know who's coming for you, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah,
it's you.
Bro,
So every time they get close up to the mountain, that face,
He's terrifying. He's so scary.
like his eyes look like that old like Great Dane that like the eyes are dripping
They
down
don't.
and they're looking like crazy red and glassy and bloody and how
I mean,
blue
he's like
he-
Franken
oh,
Mountain,
Oh
so
God,
it's
he's
like,
so
He is.
gross.
Ooh.
Ugh, God,
yeah, he's terrifying.
He is
I
Franken
want the
Mountain.
hound to
I like how
f that guy up. I just
I
want
like
him
how
just
he
to
was like,
slice
you
him.
look uglier than me now.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Remember you did all this? You remember when you burnt me to shreds? Yeah.
Every
You
piece
look
of
worse.
looks bad,
yeah.
yeah.
it's like, you
and-
ugly.
So then Daenerys had her grand entrance, and my favorite was it was
Oh.
like watching like a teen movie where like somebody like shows up and they're like, "You're late." Like Cersei was like, "Oh,
Mean
we've been
Girl
waiting
style.
here." Like,
Cersei was bomb. She was just like, you're late.
Yeah, she-
When are we gonna get this started? You're wasting my time. I was like, oh, get it, girl.
So,
but what an entrance! Can never top that ever. Like,
I'm over the whole Daenerys thing.
what?
I am. I'm over that
You're
gimmick.
over it?
I'm over the gimmick.
Man.
and then that's when Clegane came up and brought the box up, and there's no movement.
No, you skipped it.
Wait, what were you gonna talk about?
Well, I was just gonna talk about Euron being a jerk, but
Oh, well,
and the short joke.
Oh, about
oh,
why did he have to bring that up? Like,
'Cause-
I've got your sister.
I
I'm
like-
like,
you're
Well, I like it because literally everyone was just like,
so like everyone's
"That's
like,
great."
okay.
But I love Euron. I don't know what it is. I love that dude.
Why do
I
you
don't-
love him?
I don't know. I don't know.
He's
It's-
the worst.
But I think that's why I
Oh,
like
God.
him because he's such a d bag. But he's not like Joffrey or
He's an idiot, is what it is.
I don't know. He's just like smarmy, but like not as like goofusness of
I feel like it's
what
probably like he's
Littlefinger
like a
is.
pirate kind of.
Yeah,
like
I
that's
think
what it is.
maybe
It's
that's
like
what
that
it is. Yeah,
piratey,
yeah.
like
I don't know. But okay, so he did all that stuff, and that's when Clegane brought the box up,
the
and
white.
we're all totally waiting for the white to drop out or to jump out or whatever. I'm like, oh crap! I think I looked at Frog and I'm like, this thing's dead. Like it's dead. It's not moving. What the heck is happening?
No.
It's all over. It's over. And that's when he pushed the whole thing over, and then
I was like, no, they're just building up to this. They're building it
And
up.
it gets like this close to Cersei, and I'm like,
And she didn't
Eat
even
her.
really move.
She's
And
just
I was
like-
like, this is why she's great. Because she was just like, taken aback, but she didn't even like move.
No,
She was just like,
she's the best.
and then Euron saying, nope, deuces, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And I totally fell for it.
I totally thought so too. I was like, it makes absolute sense that he's a coward. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So they talk about it later, of course, that he didn't really leave. That
Yeah, he's going to get the golden company or whatever from Bravos.
He went
or
to
Essos.
SS.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally fell for it. I'm like, oh wow, so he's totally a Greyjoy and just
I mean, it would make
I'm
sense,
ducking out.
right?
Yeah, ducking out.
I thought the same thing.
And then
too.
Cersei just saying, yeah, I'll do this as long as John says, he bend the knee, right?
not bend the knee, as long as he
He didn't
Well,
choose
as
sides.
long as he
He didn't
chooses to
choose
decide.
Oh, that's right,
And he
that's
stays
right,
neutral.
that's
The
right.
North stays
He's the
neutral.
honest Abe of Westeros,
Oh.
and he could not tell a
John.
lie.
I cannot stand his
See, I love
his
him
monkey
so
butt.
much,
Ah.
but like, I love Tyrion was like, "Would it kill you to tell a lie?"
Yeah, just
every
every once in a
now
while.
and
Yeah.
again.
I mean, no, we don't do that. No, dude, go away. I hope.
It's funny because he plays just like I do Skyrim. So I play like super good guy when I play
You
Skyrim
really?
or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cannot stand you apparently.
So he's playing my version of a Skyrim character is what he's doing
But you blew up Megaton.
by accident. I told you I blew it up by accident.
Purpose.
on purpose.
I can't play video games like that. I have to play as a good guy. I don't know what it is.
He did it on purpose.
You feel guilty about it?
I did feel very guilty. I restarted the game.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. I felt horrible. Like I just blew up all these characters.
God, see, I started playing Dishonored, which is really good.
Mhm.
By the way, I know
Dishonored's
I'm
great.
like super
I
late
should
on
play. I need
everything,
to.
but someone told me that like you can, if you're good, like you can kind of save the city, or if you're like bad and you constantly kill everyone, like it gets worse. And like I'm really bad at sneaking though.
Oh,
so,
I am
like,
too, so I just
have
killed
to
everybody.
kill everyone.
I
I
did
have
the
no
same thing.
choice. I
Don't
can't
worry.
be good.
It's horrible. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we've got Tyrion goes to talk to Cersei. Meanwhile, Daenerys and Jon have baby talk.
Oh. Huh?
So not only did that, but then Tyrion realized, like, oh, you're pregnant to Cersei.
Yes, which was really interesting.
And it's funny because I was torn. So before this, I thought that she really wasn't pregnant. I really thought she was doing the whole stuff. Stephanie McMahon Helmsley doing like, I'm pregnant, but not not really. Do you? I don't know. She isn't now. I don't know. I kind of thinking that maybe she actually is.
I think she is. No,
I think Tyrion would be able to figure out if she actually was or not.
See, I don't know though. She's so deceptive. I feel like I don't
wouldn't
know.
be surprised.
I feel like it's gone on long enough that like it's very plausible at this point.
Yeah.
I was very skeptical at first because I thought it was maybe a ploy to just keep Jaime around, but I mean, it clearly didn't work. So
yeah, Jaime finally decided it's like,
good for him.
I'm done.
Good for him.
That's. But do you think she'll actually have the baby, or do you think she'll get it like premature, or like it'll die?
I think
Because according to the prophecy,
I would say the prophecy that the brother's gonna kill her, right? Or someone that she loves is gonna kill her.
She loves.
So what if it's the labor
baby.
of the baby?
I'm thinking
just
it's
like
probably gonna
her
be the
mother
baby.
with
Yeah.
Tyrion.
Mm.
How ironic would that be? Oh my god.
That'd be crazy.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That if it's a dwarf,
Oh my god.
calling it here.
Well, brother, sister, I'm sure anything's happened,
But you've heard about the whole Tyrion theory though, right?
that he's really a Targaryen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I heard
he is.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that might not even be. He might not even really be here
'Cause
blood.
that's why
Well,
his
he's
father
part of
really
all her
hated
entire
him
blood.
because he really
Because-
wasn't.
Well, because apparently their mom was a favorite of a Targaryen.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Really?
yeah, oh yeah. Like I think it says I didn't read the books, but like I read a whole article on it that like she didn't even spend her wedding night with Tywin. She spent her wedding night with Targaryen.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Slaying that dragon.
Oh.
Anyway, next,
Hey
next
now.
scene.
But did you think Cersei was gonna kill Tyrion
No.
that little talk?
I like it because they like Tyrion, both Jaime and Tyrion called her bluff and were like, "Do it," and she didn't do it to either of them.
I thought
They
she was gonna do it to
really,
Jaime,
he like the look in his eyes. He looked like he was about to cry.
Yeah.
I was like, Jaime.
You can tell, like, as gross it is, the whole brother sister thing, that like he really does.
He really does love her.
Deeply love
Yes,
her.
he
Yeah.
does.
It's gross, but like you can tell.
He's at least like an honest person.
Yeah, and
Even
that's the
though
thing,
it's
like, I
weird,
like
but
Jaime. It's like-
I know, yeah,
yeah.
I like him too. I think
Yeah.
he again, and I think especially the end of this episode, kind of the return of like the Jaime that we all love, because I felt like he was kind of like doing what Cersei wants,
Yeah.
doing what Cersei wants, but he's like, no, like I'm doing what I promised.
Yep.
So I can appreciate that.
So that's when Cersei said that yes, I'll go ahead and lend my troops. I'll send them up, to the north. And
Which I was a dumb and believed.
oh, did you really? So
I first I was like, okay, fair enough. Well, because her reasoning when she was talking to them that like you'll all remember this when the Great War is over.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, fair enough.
and that's when Jaime's like starting to send out troops and whatever, and she's like, what are you doing? Oh, well, I'm following through with your plan. I'm sending people to the north.
Mm.
No, you're not. I'm not doing anything. They're all gonna die. What? Excuse me? And that's when Jaime said that he's peacing out or
I
whatever.
just can't believe after seeing that she's still not.
Cersei
like-
gonna be Cersei.
But like you're gonna kill everyone. Like it's not gonna work for you.
She don't
Like,
care as long as she's surviving. That's all.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
There's gonna be a million more dead souls here if you don't do something.
Is that your Jon Snow impression?
Well, I'm
Because
gonna
that's
have my
literally the
baby
worst
and be in
impression I've
my
ever heard you
castle.
do.
And...
Your redneck Jon Snow is better than that one.
I'll be a redneck Jon Snow from now
Oh
on.
my lord.
I know nothing.
I know nothing.
Well then, for Yara,
Oh man.
I'm happy. Theon made a comeback.
Who did?
Theon.
So Theon did.
Theon.
I'm happy.
You know he killed 2 innocent kids, right?
well,
out there.
yes, also horrible. But I don't know. I feel like he's been through so much, which I mean, again, doesn't excuse the horrible things he did. But I'm
I don't-
excited. Honestly, I just like Yara, so I just want him to save Yara. So
I did tear up that scene. Not because of Theon, but because of Ned. And I think John was
Yeah, where he was
doing his whole Ned Stark deal, where like that's
He
what
totally was.
Ned would have done, and that's where it kind of got me a little bit because I love Ned. Oh God, I was just thinking about Ned now. But Ned Stark to me was like the ultimate character in Game of Thrones, and when Jon was doing his whole speech to Theon, like you're not a Greyjoy and you're not a Stark, you're both, and I'm like oh
So
my
nice.
God, and
So
I'm just
nice.
like Jon doing Ned Stark things, and I really like that. Yeah, it was good.
which was good.
And then he beat the crap out of that other dude in order to go
For
save
Yara.
Yeah.
So that means Theon's gonna get sunk and he's gonna die in season.
I mean,
one,
I
the
don't know.
first
Maybe
episode?
he'll
They're
be.
great.
Maybe he'll be okay.
He's gonna be
Theon.
the
I don't
thing that's
know.
he's gonna be the guy that's sitting on the Iron Throne at the end.
What if
Do
Owen? You have to
not.
get a tattoo of that.
Do not.
I actually almost hope for that now.
Do
He's
not.
just so angry.
Just to see Didi.
We were like hating on Daenerys too. What if it's her? She's like a very
Daenerys
viable.
Daenerys is
person.
fine. Daenerys didn't kill 2 innocent kids.
Well, agreed. But
The only thing I didn't like about the only reason I don't like Daenerys is because like she's so over dramatic. 40 years roaming the desert to like be like a piece of crap. I can't stand her. Oh, she's so dumb.
oh my god.
So much aggression.
Oh my god.
Like I didn't like her towards.
Bend the knee. Oh, whatever, dude.
That's what in the beginning of this season I didn't like her because she kind of seemed like more Cersei than she was Dany, and it was kind of confusing to me.
Well-
But I still like her. I still think she's better than what Cersei
She's better
ever
than
would be.
what's currently going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think, and I agree with you. There were a couple times where I was like really frustrated with her, but I feel like she was also going through a lot and trying to figure herself out as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like the one thing I was like super whoa was when she like lit up what's his name, Dickon and his dad. When she lit them up, I was like, whoa. But I think it was one of those things where it's like you kind of sometimes have to be stern. Like it
Yeah.
sucks, but like if you go against your word,
That's true.
so
I'll give you that one.
So was Littlefinger next?
Yep, Littlefinger's next on the list.
So I totally fell for the whole thing.
I
See,
didn't.
no, I didn't. I was like, this
'Cause-
is it.
'cause I
They're bringing
called
him in. He won't know.
Well, I did up until that point. So
I did call it though. I did call it.
Yeah, you were having the party, and the party happened.
The party happened.
So when they kept going
So
back and
happy.
forth, and he was asking Sansa all those questions like, "Hey, why would this happen?" And what does this happen? And that whole game thing or whatever. Like, man, like he has Sansa like right in the freaking palm of his hand. Like he
Yeah.
knows what he's doing, and that's when
No.
when she called him in. I'm like, oh, never mind. But that whole point where she's like, you've been charged of murder and this and this and that, and then she just turns her head and goes, "Little
Lord
thing?"
Baelish.
Yeah, Lord Baelish, yeah. And I'm like,
I
we're
go, whoa, whoa, get hype, get hype.
oh man! And then Arya's just looking over at him with that grin.
oh
that
man.
grin.
And he just
And
like a
he's
little
like,
baby
He
on the
ate
floor.
S. Like he was just like
crying.
crying and whining.
Oh,
and,
So good.
Oh,
I
And
loved
then
you.
Arya just goes like
I loved
this.
your mother.
and goes.
Dude, that was so quick too. That was just like
I literally told everyone because I saw it with like 4 other people. I said, "Pause it, give me a beer." And literally, I Stone Cold Steve Austin that. I was so happy.
oh my god.
I did. I said, "Give me a beer."
just,
I was so happy.
So good.
I threw a party. I legit threw
So
a party.
good.
oh man,
Was that
we,
the best
we've
scene?
been, we've been waiting
Oh my
for
gosh.
that since season 1.
Oh,
Lord Baelish. Goodbye.
So happy.
Goodbye.
Good riddance.
Yes.
All right, so then
Up next is you know what's next.
all right, go ahead.
Oh, you know.
Go ahead.
Sam returns to Winterfell and has an interesting conversation with Bran.
Wait,
Meanwhile,
what interesting? What
back at the
conversation was that?
ranch, what?
All right,
What conversation was that?
Listen, so
Sam, remember Sam is having the conversation with Bran. Bran is like, I have to chill John something. It's real important. I just want to say,
Oh, that's
like,
right.
you
Okay.
couldn't have sent a raven though.
yeah,
Oh.
we
Like,
Bro, they were Amazon priming those ravens like crazy all season long, and you couldn't send the raven.
absolutely
To go
not.
boop.
No.
And
So
One day shipping.
meanwhile, Jon Snow, the dragon and the wolf are
Oh.
together.
Oh, and the weird thing is, so I don't get this. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones and you're rooting for that to happen,
That's disgusting.
huh? I don't understand.
It's complex morally.
No,
I'm not
it's
saying
not
that.
complex.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying I'm for it. But they're two of my favorite characters, so it's like I'm not for it. But it's like it's hard to describe because it's like I feel like I should hate them, but I don't because like
I mean-
season 1, episode 1, I was like Jaime and Cersei suck. They're the worst. Ew, 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 ew. And and like with them, I'm like, wait a minute, let's talk about this because I just love the characters. I do
That's
not.
weird.
Incest is never okay, and I do not condone it at all.
But
But-
keep going.
But I really like them, so I can't hate them.
Well,
Does
they
that
don't-
make sense?
They don't know.
I can't
So you
exactly.
can't
It's a whole
hate
Luke
them.
and Leia
You
thing.
can't
You
hate them.
can't blame
They
them.
don't
They
know.
don't know.
It's still gross.
It is.
But like I
weird.
don't.
It's very weird and awkward.
The weird thing to me was, like I said, like everybody like cheering it, like, oh yes, finally.
And I'm like,
Have you been
no.
watching the show? You know that's his aunt. Like, no,
Like,
stop it.
I mean, but here's the thing: is like I'm just interested to see where this goes because like the Targaryens were about that life. So
I honestly think they're going to be about it too.
okay. Well, my thing is even if there's like a certain level of like, whoa, we should not do this anymore. I think it's going to cause a bigger problem in terms of like what this means. Like technically speaking, John's a more legitimate heir than Dany
He is.
Yeah.
he
so
is the
I think
heir.
that's going to cause like some serious issues from that aspect. I think that'll be a bigger deal than them actually like getting together.
The weird thing I thought too was that weird face that Tyrion had, like as he sees Jon into the room and whatever. What was up with that?
I think
That was
he's concerned.
crazy.
I think he's concerned with what this will mean. I don't think he's like, oh, I'm so jealous. I think he's just concerned about what it's going to mean for everything because it definitely complicates
Yeah,
things.
definitely does.
because I read from an article from one of the creators. He said that last scene, with Tyrion was basically open to interpretation. So it's like how you interpret that.
Yeah, I was confused. I'm like, why is he mad? I don't get. Maybe he's everybody in love with Dany just like everybody else, or what? But that happened, and then then he had the Night King swooping in on Viserion,
Wow.
destroying the wall. I swear to God,
Wow.
if Tormund's dead,
No, I don't think he is because
They didn't show him, so I'm saying he's not.
Yeah, so like it seems like when they showed like the final, when they saw the White Walkers walk through, it was like a portion of the wall. I'd say probably about like 40% of the walls up. Still, I would say.
Yeah,
Because you saw like a big chunk of the wall still up. I think he's on the other side with that priest guy.
So
Yeah.
I saw this the other day. I don't know if this is true. Did anybody else see that the form that the Whites had was the Stark sigil? Did anybody else see this?
No.
All right. So I don't know if this is
really?
true. This could totally be fake Facebook news or whatever. But apparently, the way that the walkers were all walking towards Winterfell or what have you, it looked like the direwolf sigil. So like I said, I don't know if that's new. I saw or if it's actually true. I saw the picture and it looked just like it. So it could totally be fake. But that's what I saw the other day. I'm like, oh, that's quite
I'm
interesting.
interested. I'll look that up.
The craziest part about the Game of Thrones season finale is that we were all duped. We were all under the assumption that March, April, June we were going to get the next season,
Oh, yes.
and it came out right after the season finale that we're probably not going to get these episodes until 2019.
That's unreal.
They said because of the size and the scope of the story and then all the craziness.
They better be like 3 hours long each.
Well, they said that each of them are going to be between 70 to 90 minutes a piece, at least.
Sweet. Okay.
So each of them are going to be feature length. But still, 2019? 2019? Are you kidding me? We got to wait like a whole at least year and a half?
That's irritating.
Yeah.
But
But
that's so irritating.
Game of Thrones. I don't know what gonna. Well, actually, I know what I'm watching. In the meantime, I'll talk about that later. But Sundays are very.
Very empty. I was very
empty.
depressed this Sunday,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Why am I so depressed?" And I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
yeah."
not enough Thrones. We don't have a whole lot of time, so Tori, I know they have a random topic, so I'll let you go ahead and get into that.
Yes. I just want to talk about Force Friday because I went and it was really fun. Well, it was as much fun as I could have. I had like a really bad headache.
So you were,
during
like, crazy
the day,
sick,
and I
right?
was like on the floor, but I was like, I've already waited 5 hours here, so I'm not leaving.
Where'd you go? Disney
um,
Springs?
No, I go to Target.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much every year, the things that I'm the most interested in, like merchandise wise, I normally find at Target. So for the Force Awakens, that was the first time I ever camped out. Started at 6 p.m. till 12 midnight. Camped out for 6 hours. Met one of my best friends, Chris. Love you, Chris. And so yeah,
Sweet,
so
that's
we
a
did it
thing.
again. So we did it again this year. Yeah, because and they also do raffles. Force Awakens, they did a Chewbacca raffle. It was a giant Chewbacca like plush that you could win. Now I'm a little mad because we're sitting in the Target. We've been there for 4 hours. Now, granted, I'm there to buy stuff, so it's not like I only came for the pork plush. But my friend kind of only came for the pork plush. They didn't get them in at my Target.
Oh wow.
That's the worst.
And everybody was just like, what? I just
my
like stared into
God.
space for like 3 minutes. They were like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm great." But so there was a lot of really fun merchandise. I got this is Harrison Porg.
Harrison Ford.
Oh my God.
He's great.
Is this the
Um,
pork plush that you're
And I
talking
got-
about?
Yes. No, no. The Porg plush I'm talking about for raffle is literally most of my like height. Like
Oh
that's
my
how
God.
big. Literally, they give it to you in a trash bag. Like that's how big it is.
So it's like one of those ones you win at like the carnival or whatever.
Yeah, but like
Good quality.
crazy. Yeah. But I got the Target exclusive pork pop, which is great. They had a lot of really nice Black Series
Pork
figures.
pop.
They do. So the Target one has its wings outstretched. But anyway, but they have, and I looked at Disney's too. They have a little pork mug, which is really cute, and they have.
I saw that.
The Elite Series figures are always really nice.
Was it the black figures or what is it called?
Well, the Black Series figures, you can find at like Target and stuff like that. They had them where I was at. They had Thrawn, which was really nice.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Hera from Star Wars Rebels, which I almost grabbed. Ugh. And then obviously like Rey and stuff. But they had the Elite Series figures at Disney, which are really nice. Those are like the die-cast metal ones.
Oh, okay.
There's die-
And
Cast
they're
metal
only
figures?
like
Yeah,
they're
they're
only
legit.
like
They're pretty
they're
good.
like less than $10 more than a Black Series, and they're worth it.
Yeah.
I have Jin Urso in that, and it's really nice.
Yeah, of
But-
course it's not like like Hot Toys quality, but it's
No,
it's
but it's
really
nice.
good.
And
It's
the
really
boxing's
good.
really nice too. I've actually kept mine in the box, which I normally don't do.
The cherry.
Yeah,
it's-
I don't do that. with
I
my
think it's kind of
pop
weird though,
figures.
because they have like Rey is the Elite Series figures that I saw was Rey, the Praetorian Guard, the Executioner, I think, and then I didn't see like any Finn or Poe. Like the merchandising for them is like almost non-existent.
Well, I wonder if they're keeping a lot of that stuff under wraps this way. You kind of don't know what they're up to. Maybe.
I guess, but like I just feel like if the characters in the movie, like why would you not have like I mean like they had all the characters for Rogue One, I think it's weird. And there's like zero Phasma anything. Like they didn't even give her a new pop. They just reprinted her pop.
Her new book, is it coming out this week or next week?
That came out Force Friday as well. I haven't read it yet. But
That's cool.
yeah. So good stuff. Force Friday was fun.
That's
Did
cool.
you guys do anything for that or no?
No,
No?
I was at Not So Scary that night. No,
That's right.
no. That
that
it would
was
have been
Black-
Thursday.
that
So
was-
yeah. I would have been at the Beast of Blackwood deal. And you were driving up to Virginia then, right?
Force Friday was midnight. Yep. Yeah, I just arrived in Virginia like right. It was like midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw some of the stuff. Like we were at Walmart the other day and we saw some of the toys out there. They had some cool stuff. It's just like I don't have money for any of it.
Yeah, it was very minimal. I did not get a lot at all. I just got the
Was there a lot of
stuffed
people there?
animal and there was a good amount, probably like 20 people towards the end. We were like the only people there for like 4 hours though. Like no one showed up.
Oh my god,
And then this pork, they literally had 4 for the whole store.
that's crazy.
Like,
I'm sure those are all gone.
oh yeah. Well, and they have one that moves too. It's like way smaller. It's got like mechanics in it, and it makes the little noise that it makes, which is really cute. But
What's
yeah.
that noise?
it's like
Can you make that
it's
noise?
like
What was that?
I'm trying to think, man, because I can remember the end noise that it makes. Because the end noise it makes is like like it makes like a really weird like, but it
This
makes
is the
like
thing.
like a puffin penguin-esque noise as well.
All right.
But
Okay. Yay,
I'm-
Star Wars.
I'm excited.
We
Star
only
Wars
have,
is
what,
great. Love them.
what-
Oh, and I'm sorry. I'm
you're
excited about
good.
this. They finally announced the VR thing is definitely going to be near Once Upon a Toy.
Oh,
at-
yeah.
Wait, the VR thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember we talked about the VR thing a couple weeks ago?
Oh, the giant VR thing that's probably gonna be cost like $30-$40.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to pay for it.
Oh
So.
maybe we get some media, things to go out there. I'm
Oh,
just saying.
what is that you say?
Well, I didn't say it's definitely happening. I was saying maybe.
No,
it
I
could
know. I'm
happen.
saying, what? It's a
Yeah,
good
I'm
suggestion.
just saying, they could happen. So
Anything could happen.
so we don't have a lot of time for anything for us. So let's go ahead and get into new releases really quick before we head out of here.
Releases. What? I don't know why my phone's singing. No, but here we go. It's time for the new releases. What's coming out this week?
So finally, there's a couple good movies. Well, at least one good movie coming out to theaters this week. One I didn't even know anything about, so that's why I put it on there. Do you know there's a 9/11 movie coming out with Charlie Sheen?
No, that is insane. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't know what the premise is. I think it said something about them being stuck in there and them trying to save people or whatever, but Charlie Sheen in a dramatic movie, it just does not sound...
I was just saying, Charlie Sheen sounds like a very weird acting
Yeah.
choice.
it's very, very confusing. I saw that when I was putting up all the movies, and yeah, very confused. But of course, you have this tiny, itty-bitty little horror movie coming out this week, Stephen King's It.
Yes.
Very excited. I think I may have to go see that this weekend. Frog is working, so I'll leave the kids at home. Let's go see a movie. No?
Who, me?
Yeah, let's go. Go see a scary movie?
If I'm available.
I'll buy you some popcorn. Be a hot date.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I still haven't got my movie card, my movie pass
Oh,
card.
did you buy it?
now. Oh, yeah, I bought it the first day. Good, but I still haven't gotten that card in.
I know they said it was going to take a while.
It's weird. Oh, they didn't charge me.
Mm.
I have to check.
So TV this week. Anybody? Well, Tori, you have some stuff written down here. So what are you watching?
I watched. This is not super new at all, but it's a Netflix series called The Crown. I'm super into like anything that's kind of history based.
It's
Even
the
if-
Queen Elizabeth stuff, right?
Yes, so it's about Queen Elizabeth, and her beginning, like the beginning of her reign, like with her father dying and kind of like her rise to
The doctor's in it too,
power
isn't he?
and stuff. Yes, that's her husband.
Oh, really?
Matt Smith is her husband. Yeah. So it's really interesting, and I feel like where it left off at, it could be the end of it, and it would make sense, and it kind of gives you a background to like why
I was saying
things
you
are
know what the future.
the way. Well, yeah, why things are the way
There's no
they.
cliffhanger.
Why things
Spoiler
are-
alert.
Why
She
things are the
dies
way
at
they
the
are
end.
today. No, she doesn't die. She's still alive.
He's making a joke. Tori.
Okay, I was like, I was
Making
like,
a joke.
she's still alive. What are you saying?
No, apparently
Oh,
not
that
anymore.
one.
That girl with the sword just chopped her head off.
Oh, well,
Oh.
hey.
I would watch a show about that.
Oh
her
my
trying to take her throne. Absolutely, that's
That's
your
the-
Game of Thrones.
That's
right
what I was
there.
gonna say. That's a real Game of
That's the
Thrones
real
right
Game of
there.
Thrones.
She's gonna be like, I want my throne.
Here comes Merlin turning people into squirrels.
There you go. Merlin's gonna come out with an army of like White Walkers.
But yeah, if you're into that thing, it's really good. It kind of like looking at how things are today. It like, oh, that makes sense that it's like that. So
Cool.
yeah,
Deeds?
pretty good.
Anybody? Anything?
So American Horror Story starts tonight.
Super
or,
excited
I guess
about
Tuesday or yesterday. Or-
Yesterday.
This whole time travel thing is confusing.
This is so weird. Yesterday, and I'm
How
still
was it, Didi? Was it good?
Well, I hope so.
I'm gonna say yes.
I'll probably say yes. It's the first episode though. First episode is always slow. And then I'm still watching Insecure. Did you watch Hard Knocks at all?
No, I haven't watched any of it yet. It's on HBO Go though.
Yes.
Maybe I'll try and watch it.
Watch it.
It's one with the Bucks, right?
Yes, it's very good.
Is Deshaun Jackson acting a fool?
Of course.
Oh god, I may have to
But
watch it.
Joe McCoy, Chris Baker, and
Oh, I
James
love Joe
Winston.
McCoy.
Those three are like the best.
Goofuses, basically. Would you say?
Chris
Because Joe
Baker-
McCoy comes across like
yeah,
he'd be a
they're-
goofus,
him and Chris Baker are funny.
like in a good way.
yeah, in a good way. And then James Winston's like goofy, but like
Is he stealing crabs?
no, but he's really country. Like he's
Oh
country.
yeah, he straight up looks country.
He's country,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
It's hilarious. I love it.
I may have to watch.
Very good season this season.
Is it
Way
ending?
better than last year.
Is
Huh?
it ending now, or is it? Are we? Because
Tonight should be the last. Tonight should be
Cool.
the last day.
So I finally finished. I think I talked about last week. I finished the first 2 seasons of Twin Peaks. I finally watched the movie, the Fire Walk with Me, last night, and I started the new Showtime stuff today. This stuff is crazy already. I'm only 45 minutes into this show. It's still a little weird, but it's definitely a little creepier than what the first stuff was. There's a lot of big actors, or not even like big actors. Sometimes they're even MMA stars. Like Michael Bisping showed up.
Really?
Yeah, he was like a security guard somewhere. But there's a bunch of like random people showing up. Like oh god, what was the actress? Ashley Judd? Yeah, from Kiss the Girls. I think it was.
Yeah.
She's in it. There's like random actors that are showing up. I'm like, wait a minute, what? You're in this, and you're in this, and you're in this, and it's interesting so far. I'm gonna try and finish up the first episode tonight when I get home.
Sweet.
Since then there's no Destiny, since I thought it was today. I was so angry.
Aw.
Speaking of which, games coming out this week. Destiny comes out today. Yeah, the 6th, not the 5th, like Mike thought. And of course we have Knack 2 actually came out this week. I'm actually really excited to play this.
If you do have a New Zealand,
Don't promote that crap.
Russia, or what other country is it? I think Australia. You can get the game for or
Yeah.
Russian
I'm sure it's-
account, PSN account. You can get the game for free.
I'm sure it's fixed by now. There was a glitch in the system earlier where if you had one of these country accounts, you could get the game for free. I'm like, God, don't do that. Support these developers.
That's unreal.
Buy the game.
Sorry,
I hate
it's just I didn't do it though.
I played the demo. It was actually quite really fun. I liked the first.
I downloaded the demo.
I was one of the few people that actually liked the first Knack, so I'm sure I'll play it. And then you had Monster Hunter Stories through 3DS, and Tori, you put We Were Here too. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was like games that are coming out this week. It's not coming out this week.
Oh,
But I played the first one this week and it was really good. So I put the second one down because I was excited because the second one's coming out.
oh, okay. When's the second one coming out?
November.
Oh.
So I thought it was just like any kind of game because
No.
I played it. It was really fun. It's a really fun game. I think it's free to play on Steam.
We don't have that PC-ness.
It's all. I'm sorry.
I do, but my computer's old. It's old.
You're about to cuss right there.
No. I was the cuss earlier when we were talking about Danny. Ooh, because she's a piece of crap.
Stop it.
So not nice.
Stop it.
We actually don't have any questions for the week. I actually
You don't?
forgot. Well, I forgot to actually tweet out saying that there was questions.
Oh.
Dude, I've been so busy lately. And
I've
then
been so busy too.
work has. Well, then why didn't you tweet?
I don't
You have
know.
access to the same account that I do.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm innocent in all of this.
So in the meantime, where can everybody find you on social?
Find me on social on Instagram. It's at BobaFox, and Twitter it's at ToriFit.
And what about that
And
Blue Sky Beauty show?
yes, every other week, Blue Sky Beauty. This past week's just came out, and then in like a week and a half, there will be another one up.
All right.
So
Is there be a clue as to what the theme is for the next episode?
you suggested it to me, Didi.
I know what it is.
We'll talk after the air because I don't remember what that was. Didi, social media. Where can everybody find you? Oh, and also add your PlayStation account because people want to play Destiny with us apparently.
Okay, so this is where it gets complicated. So everything,
forgot.
everything is Blacktimus Prime, BLAKTIMUS Prime, except on PSN it's a little different. PSN it's Blacktimus, BLAKTIMUS, of course, Prime, but it's PR1 ME because there's a fake out there because I'm the original.
Yep.
So it's like Blacktimus Prime. I'm not happy that there's a fake out there. I try to email the guy saying, "Hey, I'll actually pay for you to like cut out your name, to not use it so I can use it."
And he wouldn't do it?
He didn't respond, so basically it's like a phantom account.
Yeah,
so
probably somebody just like holding the account or
just
whatever.
holding the account for the name.
So for Attractions Expansion Drive, you can find us on Twitter. It's at AttractionsEXP. You can send us some emails, questions, comments, concerns, or even topics. Is expansondrive@attractionsmagazine.com. You can also find me on PSN. We'll be playing some Destiny 2 starting tonight, I
Today.
guess.
Yeah.
It is this is so bad. God, Shuhei, please.
What was it? Is it
It's Disturbed
Disturbed?
1
What?
spelled out
What?
329. Yeah. Please let me change my name.
Like the
God.
band?
Yes.
Shuhei.
Yeah.
Shuhei, please let us change our
God,
name.
Why can't I not
They
change
won't,
my
they
name?
won't let you change your name?
It was
nope.
No. Yeah.
And they don't let you
there's
change your name?
there's something wrong in the PSN where you can't change your name. Yeah. And Xbox you can, but PlayStation can't.
But you got to pay an Xbox though.
Yeah, and you have to like go through a customer service.
And I
thing
would totally pay
everything.
$10 to change my name
it's
from
like- it's like
Disturbed
$5.
1 329. My God, it's so bad.
It's so high school.
Yeah, it totally is. That's exactly
Wait,
where I
was
got
trying-
it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't do
Yeah.
it.
Oh, it's so bad. Just let me get my fidgety corpse on there. That's what I am on. I am on everything else. It's fidgety corpse, is Xbox and everything, Switch and everything. Just God, let me have it.
Disturbed one right here.
Oh God, it's so bad.
329.
Teenage
Ugh.
angst right here.
Oh, so bad. So if you want to play with us on Destiny, just give us a shout. Even on just on Twitter, and then we'll add you on there if it's easier for you guys. If anybody does not have anything else, we'd like to thank MEI Travel,
Oh yeah.
Universal Fan Travel, and MouseFanTravel.com.
Ooh, thank you.
Again, you can reach out to them for a free quote, and they'll help you out with cruises, Disney, and Universal.
And that prepaid gratuity business is the greatest thing ever. Like, have you been on a cruise?
Not for a while. We need to do it.
But
Get that cruise.
if you do no, seriously though, gratuities, oh, that stuff adds up because you have to. They give you like these envelopes and say, oh hey, for your service or cleaning your room, it's average like $10 a day, or like for your server, it's like 20%, but the 20% is not really like what it is. It's like this X amount of money that you should put per day, and it's like it comes out to ridiculous. So the prepaid gratuity thing is honestly the greatest thing of all time.
And they make you monkey towels.
And they make you.
And guess who's paying for that gratuity? MEI Travel if you use them. So hey, let them make the monkey towels.
But I think that's gonna be it for us for now.
Wait, but really quick though,
ahead.
Victoria, before we end, Did you end up riding Dueling Dragons before it closed?
I did not.
Oh,
I didn't have a chance to. Sorry.
man, she's not cool.
Honestly, though, okay, well, wait a minute here. But honestly, it's not Dueling Dragons anymore. I miss that queue. Okay,
Even the ride itself.
It's honestly hard for me to go through it because that original queue was so
so
fantastic.
good. It was so creepy too.
All right, well, we got to get out of here.
Okay.
But from the Good Brothers and sister,
Hello.
Too Sweet.
Too sweet.
Woo!